Beautiful Friday night at Ohsweken Speedway on G4's TV. Tonight brought to you by Ontario AGRA, Piping and Supplies, and Stirling Lubricants. Stirling Lubricants presenting tonight's Sportsman Shootout. We see the ROC, Race of Champions Sportsman, on the racetrack right now doing their timed hot lap session. And just getting some things in order here. Having a little issue with the scoring system, so it's taking a little bit longer than we had planned on. But great fields of cars here tonight. The Thunderstocks are off tonight. They're over at the Ransomville Speedway. But we have the 360s, the Crate Sprints, the Mini Stocks, and the ROC Sportsman. I'm Greg Kellnan. With me is Adam Ross here in the tower. Clinton Jeffrey will be roaming around trackside again tonight. And Adam, a fantastic field of ROC sportsmen have arrived. The biggest sportsman field we've seen in many years here.
Yeah, it sounds like we wound up with 33 cars. It'll pay $3,000 to win. Before we get started, while we know everybody can hear us, we appreciate each and every one of you being here, but we would appreciate it if you do not smoke in the grandstands. Anything. I'm not talking to the people in turn 4 necessarily, but I could be talking to you people in turn 4. Please don't smoke in the grandstands. We have designated smoking areas for that.
19 cars tonight for the 360 Sprints. This will be a Southern Ontario sprint event for them. Crate Sprints, well over 30 cars here again tonight. Mini Stocks as well. Final count on each division, 33 for the crates, 19 for the 360, 36 minis. A lot of visitors here tonight for the mini stocks. Maybe making the trip because the sportsmen are here from the Niagara region.
For sure, and I saw a bunch walking through the pits that I didn't recognize as regulars here, so that's awesome to see. Should be a lot of fun to watch as the night goes on. The track looks phenomenal. Zigger, talking to Zigger, he's the one in charge of prepping the track, so they kind of gone back to the ways that he's more comfortable with, and looking at it here at first glance, the place looks great.
A different racing surface than we saw last week. Of course, we had the big curb there last Friday night around the top, but definitely going to be more of a dry, slick track, I think, by the end of the night.
There's going to be 4 sportsman heats. Top 5 out of each heat will qualify. Top 3 out of each heat will redraw for their starting spot, and then we'll take 6 out of a last chance qualifier. So we're going to start 26 cars in tonight's feature, Greg.
I believe this is the final group of Race of Champions sportsmen headed on to the racetrack, and then the mini stocks will kick things off with their qualifiers tonight, followed by crate sprints. 360 sprints and sportsmen will be the last in order with their qualifying heats. Then we'll do some last chance qualifiers. 3 of the 4 divisions will need last chance qualifiers tonight. And then we'll run in the exact same order for feature time. Mini stocks, crates, 360s, and sportsmen. Noah Mamo with problems headed into the pit area, so the Kenny U-Pull push truck team will have to get up there right off the hop and get him pushed into the pit area. Again, want to thank Ontario AGRA Piping and Supplies. I see they're set up down in the concession area down behind the grandstands. Go and say hi to the folks from Ontario AGRA. Also want to thank Stirling Lubricants presenting the Sportsman Shootout tonight.
Got some teams that travel a long way to be here. Greg, the Drapers are here from Eastern Ontario. I believe we might have one sportsman racer from Quebec in the crowd, but I've got to see the entry list just yet. But we'll start 26 cars in the feature event. That's going to be a lot of fun watching them power to the green. Another good crowd on hand as well. You can see the stands filling in. What are you up to this weekend, Greg?
Nothing this weekend, actually. I know you're making the trip to ICAR, quick down and back.
Yeah, that'll be different. Fly down to call a race tomorrow afternoon, fly home tomorrow night. Nothing wrong with that. Won't know what to do with myself on Sunday, but I'm sure there's racing on TV somewhere.
Season winding down here. Of course, a little bit later end to the year. We're still a few weeks off from Championship Friday night. Next week, regular Ford. No, it's not the regular Ford divisions. Next week, the Late Model Open is being run. I believe it's the crates that are off next Friday. Is that correct? Yes. So 360s, Late Model Open, and that's for the open late models. Thunder stocks and mini stocks. So the crates get a rare night off.
I feel like that's the first one this year.
I think you're right. Other than our major events.
Right.
Yep, that's their one and only. Just having a look at the schedule. So they'll finally get a Friday night off. Of course, busy weekend for them. They'll be down at Brighton Speedway for Labor Day weekend. And then in 2 weeks' time, on September 11th, that's when we have our championship night. Just the way Labor Day falls so late this year. And it's going to be epic race for Bradshaw Brothers Championship night on September the 11th. And then we head into our biggest weekend of the year. Nationals weekend is on the way with 3 big nights of racing: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, September 17th through the 19th, starting with the Thunder Stock and Mini Stock Northern Nationals, plus Sprint Car Test and Tune on the Thursday night. Friday night is the Crate, the Northern Crate Nationals, along with 360 qualifying. Thunder Stocks and Mini Stocks will be on the card as well. And then on Saturday night, it is the 22nd running of the Northern Sprint Car Nationals. And then the season's over. Things have gone by quickly. Well, looks like we're ready to do some green flag racing. The first of our qualifiers headed out onto the racetrack. It's for the Insta-Installation Mini Stocks. These qualifiers are brought to you by J&E Towing. Here's how they'll line up for qualifier number 1. On the pole of St. Anne's, the 34 is Randy Alway. Mark Allen lines up to the outside in the 12 from Waterdown. Starting in the 3rd spot, car 11, the pinball, Mike Iverson from Caledonia. Ryan Farrington from Waterford in the 99 Argos 4th. 5th is Chase Mitchell from Ancaster in the 3. Mike Evers out of Caledonia in the 265 goes 6th. 7th is Tristan De Silva from Waterdown in the 01 with Spencer Riddell from Caledonia in the 17K going 8th. 9th is Mike Sarantakos in the 6X with Mark Schroeder in 66X going in the 10th position. He is out of Beachville. Mike Sarantakos out of Smithville. Starting 11th, Connor Chambers from Welland in the 9C. Dusty DeBoer from Hagersville in the 23 goes 12th. Back in row 7, it's Ken Hare in the 5K from Niagara Falls. And John Jansen's out of Woodstock in the 66 goes 14th. 15th is Alexander Klotz from St. George in the 26th. 24 is Brendan Lefrancois out of Niagara Falls in the 16th starting spot. Going 17th, Trevor DeBoer is running in the minis again here tonight. His second run of the year in the 23T. He's from Hagersville. And Jacob Mamo from Ridgeway in the 3J goes 18th. 18 cars. Top 10 transfer to the main event tonight. The rest of the field go to the last chance qualifier.
It's going to be a crowded last chance qualifier. It's crowded qualifiers. That's what this division brings to the table, Greg.
And it's going to be 16 cars in that last chance qualifier a little bit later on here tonight as the field goes through the WG Truck Center start zone to Carter Long atop the flag stand, and he'll turn them loose for our first race of the night.
Chase Mitchell, number 3, takes a little bit longer to get rolling, but it looks like he's up to speed now, just in time to be in the middle of a 3-car battle for the lead. Randy Alway is out in front.
2, 3, and 4 they go for the first time. 3 wide behind the leader, Randy Alway. Mark Allen on the outside with Tristan De Silva getting pinched there as they go down into corner 1.
De Silva wanted that lane to be there, something fierce, and it was until the exit of the turn. Now he's established track position there, but still that 3-wide battle carries on for the second lap.
De Silva still in that middle lane. As they cross the stripe another time, Alway continuing to lead over De Silva. And then you've got that 3 machine of Chase Mitchell. And Ken Hare has already worked his way up. He started back in 13th. He's in 4th.
Had a good opening lap and a half out there, did Ken Hare, but Right in front of him, a great battle for the lead going on between Tristan Da Silva, Chase Mitchell. Hare working the bottom of the racetrack. Alexander Klotz also came from deep in the field in that 26.
Silva, Mitchell, and Hare 1, 2, and 3. Alexander Klotz started back in position 15. He's up to 4th. He'll go all the way to the wall off of corner 4. Shuts the door on Mike Zarantakos.
Great battle still at the front. Ken Hare continues to work the bottom. Chase Mitchell around the middle. Tristan Da Silva on the high side. That orange and white 0-1. Da Silva going to open up a bit of a gap. 2-3 car lengths over Hare and Mitchell, but Hare continuing to close in, running the bottom.
There's Da Silva. Mitchell second at the line there that time by Hare. Third. Klotz in 4th. Zarantakos hanging on to the 5th spot. Last time by, it was Connor Chambers as the last transfer car, but Trevor DeBoer is right there working on him.
2 laps to go for our race leader, Tristan Da Silva, as Ken Hare continues to get closer and closer. He's picking up about 2 feet a lap. Now he's dead even with Da Silva. In fact, nosed out front down the backstretch as they approach the Mobile 1 white flag.
Down 1 lap left to go. Great battle at the front. Ken Hare to the inside leads a lap over Da Silva. Mitchell holding on the 3rd spot over Alexander Klotz.
That's a good run for Chase Mitchell. He has run a lot of last chance races this year. It'll be nice if he can hang on to that and transfer through the qualifier. Remember, the top 10 make it straight to the main event. Let's find out who they are. It's going to be Ken Hare over Da Silva. Klotz, Mitchell, Riddell, Zarantakos.
LaFrancois, Dusty DeBoer, Martin Schroeder, Connor Chambers, the final car to qualify. So Trevor DeBoer in the 23. From him on back, they'll go to the last chance qualifier a little bit later on tonight. And that'll be a tough one to get out of.
It was LaFrancois whose name I stumbled on there. I got to him and I kept wanting to say LaFantasy, and I knew that wasn't right.
Second qualifier, again brought to you by J&E Towing for these installation mini stocks. On the pole from Hamilton, the 81 Diaz, Crystal Souls. To the outside from Stratford, the 54 is Christopher French. Lining up 3rd from Waterford, the 78 is Mark Thorne. Going 4th from Waterford, the 15 is Wade Thorne. In the 3rd row on the inside, it's going to be Doug Erskine in the 44 from Brantford, and his outside son Nick Erskine in the 64, starting 6th. Going in 7th, Jeremy Cooper out of Chippewa in the 92, with John Lubeck in the 2EZ from Port Colborne going 8th. Back in row 5, it's Seth Reineveld out of Hagersville in the 10J. Trevor Farrington out of Paris in the 327 goes 10th. 11th is Tim DeBoer in car number 9 out of York. And going from the 12th spot, Craig Cole in the 55 from Beachville. 13th spot belongs to Alex Riley. He's from St. Catharines in the 17, with Jeff Elslager to his outside in the 11E machine from Linden. Going in the 5th spot, Brittany Oram out of Amherstburg, Ontario in the 25B, with Steve Delisle from Blenheim in the 10S going 16th. 17th is Steve Miller out of Paris in the 79. And Mason Anderson in the 4A from St. Catharines goes 18th.
Have a look at Brittany's number 25. That's a beautiful looking mini stock.
Green flag is out as the field rumbles to the Cedar Springs starter stand. Christopher French going to lead down into corner number 1. He's got company from the 15 of Wade Thorne. Oh, Crystal Souls with problems right in front of Jeremy Cooper.
From 1st to 16th in 2 corners as Soul has problems out there, but everyone able to stay clean and green, pointed in the right direction. French going to lead lap number 1.
Now French leads it. Then you've got Thorne in 2nd over Nick Erskine. Tim DeBoer is in the 4th spot now. Tim started back in 11th, so he had a good first lap there in the 9 machine. Winner last week, taking home the championship belt until the banquet.
Doug Erskine in that blue 44 up on the high side. He had a runner-up finish last week in the feature event. I'm sure he'd love to get to the podium one night when his son Nick also gets on the podium.
Now troubles there as the 15 machine fades quickly. Wade Thorne plummets through the field. He's coming up lame. Oh, there's fluid coming out of that car as he comes down the front stretch.
I thought I saw the same thing you did, Greg.
Coming out before, there was a patch of fluid there. He's going to be back up the steam here, but doesn't seem to be affecting anyone.
No. It'll affect him. Give it a lap or two.
As Tim DeBoer has worked his way to the lead with Ohsweken in second. Christopher French doing a nice job holding on to that third position. Then the Erskines are on either side of Alex Riley.
Jeremy Cooper, after that situation with Crystal Sewells on the start, is up into a transfer spot. So he's into the top 10, holding down that 10th and final transfer position with a big gap over 11th. So good fortune for him as Thorne pulling that car down to the infield, out of harm's way. 2
laps left to go for Tim DeBoer over Jeff Ohsweken. Nick Erskine, the 17 of Alex Riley. Craig Cole's right there riding in the 5th spot. French still in 6th. Doug Erskine 7th, and it's Anderson 8th. Lubeck and Cooper 9th and 10th, and then a big gap back to the 11th place car of Trevor Farrington.
Mobile 1 white flag being displayed for DeBoer. Jeff Ohsweken's a coming, but he's only got one more lap to get it done. Uncle Timmy working it through 1 and 2. Ohsweken about a car length and a half off the back bumper of that number 9.
Checkers coming out. Off of corner number 4 is Tim DeBoer over Jeff Ohsweken, Nick Erskine, Alex Riley, Craig Cole, and it's Christopher French, Doug Erskine, Mason Anderson, Jeremy Cooper, John Lubeck, your top 10. Let's go trackside to Clinton Jeffrey.
Well, thanks, guys. A big announcement this weekend. It's tomorrow. The big GSR Gas Grand Opening, August 29th, which is tomorrow at 3436 Third Line. $30,000 in prizes and giveaways from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow. Spend $20, get a chance to spin the wheel. But here's the big thing, race fans and viewers at home on G-Force. GSR Grand Opening tomorrow featuring 99-cent a liter gasoline. So if you want some cheap gas, get down to the GSR Gas Bar Grand Opening tomorrow. It's at 3436 Third Line. That's right, 99-cent gas from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Spend $20, get a chance to win some of the $30,000 in prizes. Hopefully we see everybody down there tomorrow for the great Grand Opening. Once again, 3436 Third Line, 99-cent gas tomorrow. Get down and win a prize. Guys, we have the crates ready. First qualifier number 1.
They roll out onto the racetrack and they're going to start like this. On the pole from Brantford, the 88R is Riley Mercer. Alongside him from Cortland, Tom Pellizzari in the 5. Third from Georgetown, the 2M is Steve Murdoch. Fourth from Mossley, it's Austin Rose in the 3S. Starting 5th from Caledonia, Liam Martin in the 9. 6th out of Ancaster, the 26X is Campbell Baker. 7th from Hagersville, the 24K, Kiana Teal. 8th from Scotland is Logan Schwedick in the 53. And rounding out the field from St. George, the 69K is Ken Hamilton. Unusual to see Liam Martin back there in the 5th spot. Not the qualifying run in timed hot laps, Greg, that we're used to seeing.
Qualifiers brought to you by DJD Graphics as they roll to the WG Truck Center start zone. We are off with the first qualifier of the night. The Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division.
Pellizzari was up to the challenge. Rockets out to the front. Austin Rose, our fastest qualifier from this group, sits in the 2nd spot. Then it's anybody's battle deeper in the field.
Pellizzari, Rose 1 and 2. Liam Martin already challenging for the 3rd spot on Campbell Baker as they go wheel to wheel into corner number 3. Riley Mercer holding down the 5th spot.
Torrid battle back there. Riley Mercer, Steve Murdoch, Logan Schwedick, Kiana Teal. Murdoch gonna slide up in front of the 88 of Mercer.
Five laps left to go in this one. 3 on the board. All Pellizzari with Rose in the 2nd spot. This time that'll be the cross flags. Martin has worked his way to the 3rd spot and cleared himself of Campbell Baker, who now is feeling the pressure from that 2M machine. That's Steve Murdoch.
Yeah, Murdoch started in the third spot, got bottled up behind Riley Mercer, now trying to make up for lost time. He'll swing to the outside of Baker in turn number 2 and then drive to the bottom in 3 and 4. Slide job coming.
Murdoch on that outside line, pinches down in corner number 1. Doesn't leave much room for Campbell Baker. Put the 2M in the 4th spot. This time by, it's 2 laps to go for the leader, Tom Pellizzari.
Pellizzari looking good out there in front of Austin Rose. Rose got up to that 2nd spot, settled in nicely. Liam Martin up to 3rd. Murdoch 4th and pulling away from Campbell Baker, but I don't think he has time to make any more moves in this one.
Final time around for Tom Pellizzari out in front over Austin Rose. Big gap back to Liam Martin in 3rd as the checker is going to come out for the first DJD Graphics qualifier for the crates. It's going to be Tom Pellizzari winning over Austin Rose, Liam Martin, and it's Steve Murdoch in 4th. 5th will be Campbell Baker over Riley Mercer, Logan Schwedek, Kiana Teal, and Ken Hamilton.
It's a fast racetrack out there early in the evening. Man, crazy that the sun is about to set and go out of sight here. It used to be up for most of our race night. Now we have to say goodbye, and we're still in qualifiers, Greg.
Oh, I thought you meant I got to say goodbye to you.
No.
Oh.
No. What are we doing this offseason? We going to get together?
Yeah, like we have the last few years, you mean?
Yeah, you want to go for lunch?
Yeah. I still owe you a keg dinner from 2017.
It's a bad deal for you. Do you know how much cheaper it would have been to take you to the keg in 2017?
I know.
All right, here's how they're going to line up for qualifier number 2. On the pole from Brantford, the 48 is Lance Erskine. Alongside him from Port Colborne, the 24A is AJ Lewis. Starting 3rd in the 94 from Rockwood, it's Ryan Fraser. 4th from St. Thomas, the 52 is Jesse Costa. 5th from Kitchener is Adrian Staley in the 50 LS. 6th out of Caledonia, the 89L is Logan Ferguson. Starting 7th from Cambridge, the 44 is Connor Ross. And rounding out the field from Ohsweken, the 9C is Brian Nanakoke.
Carter, the starter, atop the Cedar Springs Landscaping starter stand, ready to turn them loose for DJD Graphics qualifier number 2.
Green is out. AJ Lewis with a good jump off the outside of row number 1. They're side by side into the first turn, but Lewis going to lead them off at turn 2.
Lance Erskine's going to stick it down there in deep, comes off the corner. It's still AJ Lewis, your leader, over Erskine Costa. And this good battle for the 4th spot between Logan Ferguson and Ryan Fraser.
Great battle in the top 3. Great battle behind them. Lance Erskine again making a run up the inside, but AJ Lewis able to fend him off. Jesse Costa closing in.
It's all AJ Lewis right now holding off Lance Erskine in that Brown Auto Service number 48 machine. Jesse Costa, the point leader, the most dominant driver so far this year, holding down the 3rd spot, not able to make too much ground on the top 2.
Never won a championship here at Ohsweken Speedway. Would love to make 2026 the first of those as we reach the midway point of this qualifier number 2 for the Strickland's GM Crate Sprints. Adrian Staley making a move on Logan Ferguson for the 5th spot, the all-important final transfer position. So move Staley up to P5.
Costa giving a run there on Lance Erskine. That's not going to work as Costa tucks back in behind. This time by, it'll be 2 laps left to go for AJ Lewis, having a great run tonight in the Instapanels 24. Erskine holding down 2nd, and good for Lance Erskine. The first half of this year's been a struggle. They've been finding speed, and he's right now duking it out with the best in this division.
Jesse Costa drives to the inside. The position doesn't mean an awful lot to Costa. He's the fastest qualifier, so he only has to finish in the top 4 to be in the redraw. AJ Lewis coming through 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. It's going to be Lewis over Costa, Erskine, Fraser, Staley. Then headed to the B main is Logan Ferguson, Connor Ross, and Brian Nanico.
2 qualifiers in the books for the Crate Sprint Car Division. And AJ Lewis will pick up the win in qualifier number 2, that Insta Panels ride. And I want to give a shout out here tonight. A happy birthday, actually, as we've got a guest over in the suites tonight. Riley Sloot is here celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday to Riley on behalf of Morgan and Alex Schutz, who are over there in the suites. So happy birthday to Riley.
Qualifier number 3 is going to line up like this. On the pole from Clarence Center, New York, the 57C is Cooper Fritz. Alongside him from Six Nations, driving the number 20, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller. Third from Mississauga, it's the Highlight Man, Mac DeMann, behind the wheel of the number 4. Fourth was our fastest qualifier from this group out of Wilsonville, the 55 of Corey Whittam. Fifth from Beamsville, the 27H is Nico Hansen. Sixth from Ohsweken, the 28T is Cam Thompson. Seventh from Hagersville, it's Jeremy May in the 36. And rounding out the field from Burford, the 22X is Brandon Sebeski.
JD Graphics qualifier number 3 ready to go. Cooper Fritz and the Iceman, Johnny Miller, bring them through the WG Truck Center start zone, and they'll all rumble down into corner number 1.
Cam Thompson with a good start there. He's looking to go 3 wide to the inside. That's not going to work. He backs out of that as Mac DeMann closes the door.
Johnny Miller down low on Cooper Fritz. Fritz is going to, well, I thought maybe he's going to dive to the inside. Now he'll get a run off the second corner as they continue wheel to wheel through 3 and 4.
Corey Whittam right behind them in third. Mac DeMann stalking Whittam. Cam Thompson has moved up into a qualified spot in fifth, but he's got Nico Hansen trying to close the gap in that number 27.
Off of corner 4, they'll work another time. 3 on the board, 5 to go. It's this point of the year where you can tell where some drivers have had some problems. Cooper Fritz with that plain black wing on now after he had a rough night a couple of weeks ago in that 57 machine.
Yeah, we missed him last Friday here at the track as Mac DeMann throws a slider on Corey Whittam, but Whittam coming back to the inside of that number 4. They'll race side by side through 1 and 2. Don't look now. Nico Hansen closing in on Cam Thompson to try to take over that qualified spot.
Still the Iceman out in front with 3 laps left to go. Cooper Fritz gives another challenge on the inside, but Johnny able to hold him off.
So whoever wins this heat has a chance of starting in the top 8. Whoever finishes second in this heat is going to start in the 11th spot. So it's a big swing for whoever can make that pass and take the position.
Off of corner 4 they work, coming to the mobile 1, white flag. Final trip around for the Iceman, Johnny Miller. What we like to see for Johnny, such a mild-mannered driver. That's why he's called the Iceman, and he struggled here in the last year and a half, but a lot of speed here, and he's going to pick up the heat race win.
Takes the win in this heat over Cooper Fritz, Mac DeMann, Corey Whittam, and Cam Thompson. So Nico Hansen, Brandon Sebeski, and Jeremy May going to head to the B main. One more qualifier for the crate sprints is going to roll out of the pits and line up like this. On the pole from Dorchester, driving the number 1, it's Holly Porter. Second from Thamesford, it's Larry Gledhill in the 14. Third from Hamilton, the 78, is Darren McLennan. And fourth, it's a new car. It's an old car, but they've put it back together. They did some engine work on it. And the BS 39 from Wayne Fleet is Brett Stratford. He'll start fourth. 5th from Ancaster, the 16X is Keegan Baker. 6th from Thorold is Tyler LaFantasy in the 96. 7th from Baden, the 2 is Travis Hofstetter. And 8th from Ancaster, the 51 is Trevor Young. Stratford said he was just about out of ideas. If he's not quick in this, he doesn't know what it's going to take, but he was quick in qualifying. It's been a disheartening season for the former champion of this division. Built a brand new race car, and it just wasn't working the way he wanted it to.
Problems last week after 2 huge weeks for Larry Gledhill. He got his first win a couple of weeks ago, and then the following week followed it up with a podium finish. Last week had ignition issues, and they think it was the battery, but he's back out there now on the front row. See if Larry Gledhill gets back to the speed. You never want to break that momentum once you're riding the wave.
No, you're absolutely right there. He'll start alongside Holly Porter in the front row, and it's a dead heat at the start line. They charge down into 1 and 2.
Porter and Gledhill wheel to wheel down the back stretch into corner number 3. Stratford holding down that 3rd position as they work off the corner. Gledhill continues strong on the outside and will actually lead the lap just barely.
What a great battle for the top spot. Gledhill going to get the advantage down the back stretch, but Holly Porter will drive it deep into 3 and 4.
Off the corner they work. Gledhill, your leader, over Porter. Stratford, McLennan, and Baker. Then a good side-by-side battle between Travis Hofstetter and Tyler LaFantasy. Also good to see Trevor Young back with us after a little trip away.
Trip to the Magic Kingdom. He was at Disney.
Yeah, so I was in Florida. I didn't know he was in Disney, but...
Keegan Baker trying to close in on Darren McLennan. McLennan in that 78, holding down the 4th spot.
Halfway home for Larry Gledhill. So the issues last week didn't slow him down any. He's back to the speed that he had a few weeks before that. And that MJ Trucking Legacy Holdings number 14 continuing to lead now with 3 laps to go.
Further back in the pack, a battle for position is Travis Hofstetter trying to find a way around Tyler LaFantasy in the 96. He'll drive that 2 to the inside of the 96, but still outside of a transfer position. The top 5 is kind of driven away from this one.
Larry Gledhill sails it down into corner number 3. He'll come to the mobile 1 white flag. The attention of Carter Long, with Holly Porter still holding down that 2nd spot.
Brett Stratford in the 39 doing everything he needs to do to stay in the redraw. Runs in that 3rd spot. Darren McLennan holding down 4th. Checkered flag gonna fly, and it'll be Larry Gledhill.
Holly Porter 2nd, Brett Stratford 3rd, then it's Darren McLennan and Keegan Baker. Tyler LaFantasy, Travis Hofstetter, and Trevor Young go to the last chance qualifier. We'll take a quick break. Be back with the 360 Sprint Car qualifiers.
This bundle deal is going viral. It's a wash system that is completely touchless on mud and clay. You just spray it on, watch it dissolve the mud and grime, and then rinse it off. It worked really fast, but I still wanted to put it to the test. So I put it head-to-head against a name brand wash, and the results were shocking. Well, that's pretty clear. There's a limited time bundle for your first purchase. Using the QR code on screen when you buy this kit, you get an extra 3 bottles of wash for free. Don't miss this exclusive offer.
Ohsweken Speedway on Ontario AGRA Piping and Supplies and Stirling Lubricants night. Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack merchandising 360 Sprint Cars. This is also a Southern Ontario Sprints event here tonight. And it is the Gary Evans Memorial. Gary, back in the day, drove car number 69. Former owner of Cayuga Speedway. And tonight, Each position in the main event has an extra $169 added to the payout at the end of the night in memory of Gary Evans. Here's how they'll line up for qualifier number 1, brought to you by Plastic Auto Recycler. On the pole out of Beansville in the 88H, that is Josh Hansen to his outside. In the 77X, that's Alex Hill from Six Nations. Going in the third spot for Mount Bridges, the 45 is Tricky Nick Sheridan. And going from fourth out of Scotland, the 87XS is Skylar Evans. Lining up fifth from Interkip, the 84 is Mike Lichty. Going sixth from Ohsweken, the 77E is Ashton Van Every. And in the seventh and final qualifying spot from Ohsweken, the 68 is Aaron Turkey. Josh Hansen's had a lot of speed as of late, a couple of feature wins. Last week's winner leads him down into corner number 1, slides up in front of Alex Hill.
Hill going to try to cross him over. She'll do that successfully. Skylar Evans waiting in the wings there. You know, he loves to fly the high side in that 87.
Down into corner 1 they race. Skylar Evans, whoa, close call with he and Nick Sheridan. Evans will get by, hold down that third spot. Now Sheridan back on the bottom.
Skylar Evans, he is over the cushion. Now he's going to try the middle of the racetrack, close in on Alex Hill. Out in front, Josh Hansen's pulled away to nearly half a straightaway.
Alex Hill holding down the second spot. I think Skylar Evans caught the wall again off of corner number 4. It looked like he white-walled it.
Well, he's using all the racetrack, that's for sure.
It's Hansen, Hill, and you've got Evans and Sheridan, your top 4, and then the 3 at the back, Lichty, Van Every, and Turkey racing for position.
Yeah, they're having a good battle back there of their own. But I'm watching Skylar Evans try to close in on Alex Hill. I think he might have got himself in dirty air there. I'm not sure, though.
Josh Hansen, the J&E Recovery Eagle Towing Equipment 88H continues with his hot hand out in front over Alex Hill. Good to see her running in the second spot. She's had some struggles as of late here this weekend, but looking very stout tonight is the Six Nations sensation.
She is so. Skylar Evans still trying to close in. Can't get any closer than a couple of car lengths to Alex Hill, but out in front. This is all Josh Hansen in the 88H. He's going to cruise off of turn number 4 and take the checkered flag.
Second at the line is Alex Hill over Skylar Evans, Nick Sheridan, and it's Mike Lichty, Aaron Turkey, and Ashton Van Every. So Josh Hansen gets it done again. Your winner of Plastic Auto Recyclers qualifier number 1 for the Southern Ontario Sprints and the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack merchandising sprint cars.
It's amazing. I don't want to call it a changing of the guard, but Nick Sheridan was so darn fast. And now you see him out there running in the 4th spot. I mean, it's great competition, but you look at the drivers who really look like they were going to be the next dominant forces. I mean, Sheridan won some big darn races last year. Struggling a little bit more this season.
Ready to go with qualifier number 2 on the pole from Caister Center in the 11. That'll be Jamie Turner. It is outside, all rebuilt after last week's wild crash down here on the front stretch. The 21 machine from Grand Island, New York. That is Kyle Phillips. Rolling off third, the Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Stiers. Another solid run last Friday night in car number 0. And his outside from Thamesford in car number 7, it's Eric Gledhill. Starting in the 5th spot from Ohsweken, the 77T is Tyler Paulus, and his line mate out of Caledonia, the 0C, that's Cole McDonald. 6 cars in this one, 8 laps the distance. What a wild wreck last week. They had the 360 camera on Skylar Evans' 87XS, and you could see not only the left front brake on his car that sent him into the wall, but because it was the 360, you could see Kyle Phillips get into his car and take that wild ride into the wall and subsequent flip.
So disappointing for Kyle Phillips. He'd gone into the pits, they had worked on the car, got him back out there, and it's a bit of a victim in that one. Wrong place, wrong time.
The beauties of social media, you get to watch Kyle Phillips all week rebuild his car on Facebook. Step by step, daily updates, and problems for Cole McDonald is going to put us under the Dixieland Grill caution flag. Off of corner number 2, kind of spun in a weird position there.
Sure did.
So the Kenny U-Pull push truck team will get out there, and
I believe there's been a contact with Stiers there. They kind of got together, edging each other up to the rail. Here, we'll get a look at it.
have a look at it on the Creekside Construction fan view board. Yeah, little hip check there.
That could have been a lot worse.
Nice save by Cole McDonald.
Yeah.
Glenn doing double duty tonight. He's also running the Sportsman tonight. Glenn's had a lot of speed here as of late. Looking like the Glenn Stiers we're used to seeing. Up there challenging in top 5 positions.
It's pretty excited about this grand opening tomorrow, the GSR Gas Bar. Don't forget, if you missed Clinton's announcement earlier, 99 cents a liter. The GSR grand opening, 34-36, third line, $30,000 in prizes and giveaways from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m.
Trying this again through the WG Truck Center restart zone. Wow, Cole McDonald.
Well, I think he wanted to get away from Glenn there, but Eric Gledhill's pretty darn quick in the 7. There wasn't a lot of room, but Kyle Phillips going to lead this lap. Eric Gledhill going to drive to the inside, slide up in front of the 21. Cole and Glenn are still going at it.
Jamie Turner sitting back there in that 3rd spot, right behind Kyle Phillips. As, Glenn Stiers and Cole McDonald continue to race around one another.
Stiers gets a little wobbly down into 3. Cole McDonald having to fend off Tyler Powles out in front. Eric Gledhill opening up a pretty good lead. Now Jamie Turner going to have company in that 11 from the 0 with Glenn Stiers.
Track looks really good here tonight. There is a bit of a whoopsie-doo there on the entry of corner number 3 that upsets the cars as they go into the corner. You watch our Gledhill go in.
And Glenn finds it every time.
Well, he didn't that time, just to prove you wrong.
Right?
Oh, boy.
Lots of room, Greg.
Yeah. Nerves of steel. 2 laps left to go for Eric Gledhill. Here's the battle between Jamie Turner and Glenn Stiers, 2 of the veterans of this division.
Stiers gets that one through determination. Let's see if Jamie Turner can fight back. Peter Turford is very proud of the LS engine under the hood of Jamie Turner's number 11. Affordable horsepower, racing against horsepower that is the best money can buy. A lot of money.
Off of corner 4, checkered flag comes out. It's going to be Eric Gledhill, your Classic Auto Recycler qualifier number 2 winner over Kyle Phillips, Glenn Stiers, Jamie Turner, Tyler Powles, and Cole McDonald. Well, Eric Gledhill shows lots of speed once again. He's been on the podium a number of times recently, and here's this back and forth battle. Glenn Stiers and Jamie Turner. Lots of room, like you said. Whew. I didn't think so in the moment, though, did I?
I'll bet you both of them held their breath for a second.
One more qualifier left to go for the Southern Ontario Sprints and Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. This is how they will line up for this final Plastic Auto Recycler qualifier out of Scotland. It's D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook in the 47X on the pole. To his outside from Dunnville in the 15, it's Ryan Turner. Going off 3rd from Beachville, the 5 car. He's been hot as of late as well. The DJ Christie machine goes 3rd. And going 4th out of Tilsonburg, the 39, is Corey Turner. Starting in 5th out of Freelton, the 12 double D is Darren Dryden. And 6th from Beachville, the 29W is Tyler Ward. And it's been such a struggle for Dylan Westbrook over the last couple of weeks. He's been on Dr. Phil this week. He was on Oprah. I feel bad for Dylan.
I feel bad for his social media people. You know it's not him doing it. I don't know who does it for him, but it's not Dylan.
This week, for those that didn't see it, it was Oprah saying, "You get a win and you get a win," but not Dylan Westbrook. He's sitting in the crowd frowning.
I mean, this is as potent a heat race No offense, Tyler Ward, but take Tyler Ward out of this. You've got a lot of feature wins in this heat.
If I'm Tyler Ward, I'm offended by what you just said.
He'll get over it.
Carter, the starter, looks him over atop the Cedar Spring Landscaping starter stand, ready to turn this final qualifier loose.
I did notice in the qualifying group, Tyler Ward was close on times.
Off at a 1 and 2 they go. DJ Christie slides up in front of Ryan Turner. Here comes Corey Turner looking to the inside of the Nitro 54 ride.
Ryan Turner slides up in front of DJ Christie. Christie will cross him back over. Throw him a tight slider, but Ryan Turner looking pretty racy right now.
DJ Christie shuts the door on that second spot. Here comes Turner down low in 1, drifts up in 2. Christie crosses him over, now down in 3. Christie edges ahead.
Christie again with that tight little slider. Ryan Turner able to drive underneath.
Oh, wow. That was almost nasty.
Now Corey Turner going to look to the inside of his brother Ryan Turner. All he has to...
Dylan Westbrook continues to lead. DJ Christie, Corey Turner, Ryan Turner in that battle for third. Darren Dryden sitting back in the 5th spot. Tyler Ward 6th.
I'm trying to figure out what Ryan Turner's car does in turn 2. It's like it starts to hop on the back end. Turns into the corner just great, gets to the center, and then right there is where it's looked like it's almost teetering.
Mobile 1 white flag out for Dylan Westbrook. Christie, Turner, Dryden, and Ward, as Dylan Westbrook's got lots of speed in this third and final qualifier. He'll grab the epic race for a checkered flag.
DJ Christie coming home second over Corey Turner, Ryan Turner, Darren Dryden, and Tyler Ward rounding out the field. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's time for the Race of Champions Sportsman Division.
Your mom got a new tractor? Yep. Can she see in the dark? Can do. Hook up all the implements? Can do. Steer with ease? Can do. Bale hay all day? Can do. Shift like a race car? Can do. Keep a juice box cold? Can do. I'm out of here.
Kenny U-Pull offers customers the opportunity to remove parts in our self-service yards at a fraction of the manufacturer's price. With new makes and models arriving daily, our yards are constantly restocked with new inventory. We aren't a typical auto parts yard. Open 7 days a week. Yes, even on Sundays. Our organized yards offer a seamless customer experience. Visit a Kenny U-Pull yard near you today.
For over 80 years, Libro Credit Union has been a trusted financial partner, strengthening financial well-being. And through change, uncertainty, and opportunity, we've stood by you and with you. Join the nearly 120,000 Ontarians and over 12,000 local businesses choosing Libro, not just for banking, but for a better future. Bank local, support local, loyal to local.
Ohsweken Speedway, ROC Sportsman on the track for qualifiers. Adam Rouse with the starting line.
Top 5 make it directly into the main event. Everyone else heads to the B main. On the pole from Port Colborne is Mateo Penante in the 99P Junior. Starting second from St. Catharines, Cody McPherson in the 7. Third, the 68 from St. Catharines is Curtis Friesen. Fourth, out of Port Colborne, it's Tyler Pachalski in the 185. Fifth in the 98 from St. Catharines is Justin Sharp. Sixth from Richmond is Maddie Wallace in the 17M. 7th from Welland, the 114 is Kyle Rothwell, and rounding out the field from Niagara Falls, 78 junior is Nigel Pentecoski.
Green flag is out for the Stirling Lubricants Sportsman Shootout qualifiers. Mateo Penante on the inside of Cody McPherson as they come off of corner number 2, side by side.
Still in formation at the front, but Cody Mack gets the advantage off of 4. He'll lead it by the length of his car over Penante. Nigel Pentecoski with a good start up to that 3rd spot. And Curtis Friesen runs 4th with Tyler Pachalski in 5th.
All Cody McPherson right now over Mateo Penante. Pentecoski riding there in that 3rd spot. Friesen and Pachalski are top 5 as they come off the corner. 3 in, 5 to go.
Top 3 make it into the redraw for starting position into tonight's main event. All the same, Nigel Pentecoski feels better in the 2nd spot as he gets around Mateo Penante. Now it'll be Curtis Friesen trying to close in as they make it to the halfway point.
Halfway home, Cody McPherson over Pentecoski, who's now your 2nd place driver over Penante. Everybody working down low. Through corners 3 and 4, and down in 1 and 2 as well.
Mateo Penante struggling right in the middle of 3 and 4. If there's going to be an opportunity for Curtis Friesen, that's where he's got to try to find it. He gets into 3 just great, but right in turn 4, the car seems to slide up a car width or so. As he hangs on to that 3rd spot, Cody McPherson out in front, but Nigel Pentecoski is closing in on that number 7. Mobile 1 white flag, 1 more lap to go.
And Pentecoski trying to close the gap on the leader. He did by 100th of a second, not enough. Need a lot more laps to close in on Cody McPherson as he'll come to the epic race for a checkered flag, this time off of corner 4.
McPherson going to take the win in this first qualifier. Pentecoski is in, Penante is in, Friesen is in, so is Pachalski. Headed for the last chance race will be Kyle Rothwell, Justin Sharp, and Matty Wallace.
Well, guys, here's your Case IH track report down here, turn number 4, and you can see very smooth all the way to the top. And if you recall last week, we had a cushion up there that was a big berm. Today, it is flat, smooth, still lots of tack in it, but we expect it to kind of dry out a bit here, guys, as we get into the later nights. But these cooler nights are going to help bring the track back into great shape, and I think we're going to have a fast one tonight, but it's smooth all the way to the top tonight. So good job by the track crew again this week. That's your Case IH track report, guys. Looking good down here in turn number 4.
I want to give a shout out to Mark from Case Credit, along with Connor Williams, his grandson, here at the racetrack. Connor turned 11 today, and Mark 70 tomorrow. So perfect timing to celebrate together at the racetrack. Happy birthday to Mark and Connor.
That's pretty cool. We're going to set these cars loose out of turn number 4 on the pole from Middleport, New York. It's Derek Wagner in the 61. 7G from Mount Morris, New York is Tyler Gazzardi. Jordan Modem from Medina, New York in the 28th, and the 18R is Brad Rouse from Fort Erie. 62 is John Babion from Port Colborne. The 13M is Daniel McKay from Thorold. The 0J from St. Catharines, that's Jay Mallory.
The old scuttles down into corner number 1. Wagner pulls ahead just a little bit. Gazzardi, though, trying to get the launch off of 2. Troubles there for that 28 of Jordan Moden. And he had some problems at the end of hot laps as well. He had to get pushed into the pit area.
Car just ran out of steam there off of turn 2, and we got 1 heading up to the outside, and turn 1 rolling slowly to a stop.
Austin Seaburn will bring out the Dixieland Grill caution flag.
Hey, guys, he just moved up into 3rd place there.
Oh,
And we got hooked into the wall.
Good look at it there from the Creekside Construction fan view board. Watch this ride by the camera.
Austin's only 14 right now, driving a whole bunch of different cars from Legends to the Ontario Sportsman Series. to the dirt Sportsman here, and they were really looking forward to tonight. Now he'll be starting back at the B main if they're able to get this one repaired.
Yeah, they've got a lot of work ahead of them. Let's have another look.
Guys, so up here they bent the front axle a little bit. Front axle's pushed back a bit. Nothing too horrible, but you can see this angle is kicked back a little bit here. This should be straight. It's kind of kicking back a little bit like that. So I don't see a lot of broken parts here underneath the car. We'll see what happens for young Austin. Once again, 14 here, and still trying to get it done. Austin, are you okay, man?
Yeah, I knew I was going to get an interview with you some way.
This isn't the way to get the interview, youngster. Talk to me for better reasons. But they will get back there. He's got a good crew and lots of help, and they'll have some time to get this one fixed, guys.
Yeah, great young man, Austin Seaburn. Fun to talk to. Very, very mature 14-year-old.
I want to wish another happy birthday. This one to Miles Zaleski, turning 11 as well. Happy birthday, Miles. And also Sawyer Sweeney, 7th birthday.
You know, it's funny. Some week you get all the birthday requests, and some weeks I do.
Happy birthday to you.
I like it when you get them.
You had a birthday at some point recently.
Yeah, it was Tuesday, and I'm old. I was old Monday, and I was old Tuesday.
51?
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome
Thanks.
to the club.
I love this club. Everything hurts.
Green flag back out. Derek Wagner inches ahead down into corner number 1. Guzzardi on the inside of that orange number 7.
How about the mongrel up there in the 4th spot in that number X car as he backs it down? The winningest Sportsman driver in the history of Ohsweken Speedway.
Guzzardi trying to get a run on Wagner. That's not going to work. Moving on to the 2nd spot.
Brad Rouse right where he needs to be, running in 3rd in that 18R. That's a redraw spot. So finishing the top 3, you're going to start somewhere in the top 12 of the feature. Jay Mallory's car looks good. It just doesn't look like he's quite got the speed of Brad Rouse. But Rouse is starting to mess around with the higher groove on the racetrack. Mallory was always real good taking the short way around.
A-pillar coming loose on the X car, kind of flapping in the wind there for Jay Mallory. Out in front right now, a couple of New York State drivers. Then you've got Rouse and Mallory.
Boy, Rouse trying a different line, and that really is creating opportunity for Jay Mallory, able to make pretty good speed around the bottom. It's going to be 2 laps to go this time.
Derek Wagner's had all the speed here in this qualifier. 2 laps left to go, leading over Guzzardi, Rouse, Mallory, and then that 28 of Moden.
Moden hanging on to the final qualified spot in this one, doing a good job. Mobile 1, white flag is coming out. I'm still watching that battle for 3rd as out in front. It's all Wagner. Guzzardi is comfortably in 2nd.
Checkers are out. Off the corner, Derek Wagner will pick up the race win over Tyler Guzzardi. Brad Rouse in 3rd, then Mallory and Moden. Daniel McKay, John Babby, and Austin Seaburn all end up in the last chance qualifier.
Man, I don't know if I'm feeling old or what, but Adam, we watched Cody McPherson and Greg Prenante in one of the earlier heats. We called both their dads' races. Now we're out here watching Jay Mallory. We called his early races. Been here a long time, buddy.
We've been here a long time.
30 years or so now, by the looks of it. Just want to mention, you mentioned Jay Mallory. I understand that's the other Billy Bleach car, guys, just for a bit of intel. Another qualifier coming up now.
Don't be giving me intelligence. What am I going to do with that? On the pole from Wayne Fleet, the 4B is Brad Overbeek. Starting to his outside from Ransomville, the 111 is Brett Senek. 3rd from St. Catharines is James Friesen in the 72. 4th from Port Robinson, Bill Bleach in the 108. 5th from St. Catharines, the 78X is Shane Pierce. 6th from Ridgeway, the Noah Memo in the 3N. 7th from Bloomfield, the 11 is Dan Ferguson, and rounding out the field from right here in Ohsweken, Glenn Stiers in the 0.
Dan Ferguson starting there at the tail, blew up last week, so he's running an older engine. It's been sitting in the shop for 4 years. It's got 20-plus nights on it, so we'll see what Dan Ferguson can do. Not his primary piece here tonight in the 11. And he always runs strong here.
He does so. Side by side for the lead. Senek out in front by a nose as they work into one over Overbeek. Friesen third, Stiers up to fourth, just ahead of the one away to Bleach.
Noah Mamo takes a run at Bleach, dives down to the inside, and that 3 machine on the 108. Shane Pierce is right there as well in the 78X.
Pierce looking for racing room. He's looking for a line that nobody else is in, so he's moved up the racetrack just a little bit.
Shane Pierce used to be a regular with us in the Thunderstock division for a number of years.
The Penetrator. Pretty cool nickname.
Halfway home this time around for Senek in the 111 over Overbeek, and then Friesen still holding down the 3rd spot.
Ferguson and Pierce having a good battle at the back. They'll rub wheels going down into turn number 1. Just ahead of them, it's Bleach and Mamo racing for position.
It's all Senek right now. Brett Senek in the 111. He's out of Ransomville, New York, with Overbeek holding down that 2nd spot. There'll be 2 laps left to go, says Carter, the starter, top the Cedar Springs Landscaping starter stamp.
And I feel like Ferguson's trying to close in on Pierce because he owes him one. He's got track position on the inside. Let's see how they run this through 1 and 2 as Pierce looks to the inside of Bleach. Great freeway battle at the back of this one. The Mobile 1 white flag comes out for Senek.
Overbeek doing a nice job holding down that 2nd spot over Friesen, Stiers, and Mamo 4th and 5th as we come to the epic race with checkered flag. And goes to Brett Senek. Brad Overbeek 2nd, Friesen in 3rd, then it's Stiers and Mamo. The Bleach, Pierce, and Ferguson will go to the last chance qualifier.
That was the hardest racing I've ever seen for 2nd last and 3rd last. Well, it's fun to watch, right? Every position matters. We're watching Pierce and Bleach and Ferguson. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all if that was a battle for the win tonight. But they're battling for 6th, 7th, and 8th.
A couple more birthdays. Mans Bergsma, 9. And Tasha Dowd, 43. Happy birthday. Busy night for birthdays at the track tonight. And license plates.
Right. All right, here comes qualifier number 4. It's going to line up like this. On the pole from Welland, the 14 Double D, it's Dustin Duga. 2nd from Chippewa, it's Terry Smith in the 22. 3rd from Fort Erie, it's Madison Rouse in the 18R Junior. 4th in the 519 from Port Robinson is Dave Flanagan Jr. 5th from Sydenham, Kalen Draper in the 17X. 6th from St. Catharines, Matthew Jessam in the 29. 7th out of Fort Erie, it's Bill Gill in the 49. 24W starts 8th from Fort Erie, that's Doug Walsh, and rounding out the field from Stevensville, the 25 is Chris Hawkins.
Green flag up in the air. Terry Smith's going to jump out to the early lead on the outside line. Oh, troubles for Kalen Draper. Gather that one back up.
Draper does a nice job to save that car, and he's rewarded by being half a straightaway behind.
Smith and Duga. 1 and 2 over Madison Rouse back there in that beautiful 18 machine in the 3rd spot.
Chris Hawkins having a good battle with Doug Walsh as we have a look at that race coming off of turn number 4 just behind these cars. The 29 and Matthew Jessam trying to battle with Dave Flanagan in the 519.
ball. Terry Smith right now in the 22. Duga trying to muster a challenge here, driving it hard into the corners, but so far not able to chip away at the lead by Terry Smith.
Car looking good out there. The Jiffy Lube number 25 of Chris Hawkins. Trying to make his way from the back of the pack. Battling with Walsh in the 24 for that. Oh, trouble. Flanagan goes around, possibly with some support. That's the break that Draper needed to at least get back to the pack.
Keeps driving that car. We'll have to call him the area code.
Oh, yeah. Have a look at the replay. They go down into the... Oh, he clipped the inside wall.
That'll do it. That will require a tow possibly here. The chip wagon's on the scene.
Yeah, that's probably bent the left side of that axle. You can see the white mark on the tire where he...
I'm hearing he just needs to push, guys, so we'll see what happens. Is that left front flat? No, it looks looks all good.
It's not flat, but I'll bet you it's relocated. If you hit that inside wall hard enough to spin out.
Trying to get the car fired, will not fire up the hill here, and some issues for the 519. And we'll have to see if they can get him shoved off or not. We'll give it another swing here. Just want to mention, everybody, the GSR Gas Bar opening tomorrow, the grand opening. It is at 3436 3rd line from 11 to 5 p.m. tomorrow. $30,000 in prizes and giveaways. Spend $20, spin the wheel, get your shot at a gift. And don't forget, 99-cent gas tomorrow. 99-cent gas from 11 to 5 p.m. at the GSR grand opening. GSR Gas, 3436 3rd line, guys.
I didn't notice till just now, the TVs they're giving away are 98-inch TVs. Greg, do you have a wall in your house big enough to support a 98-inch TV?
If you do, how do you get it home?
I'd have to put it in like a hallway or something. Walk out of the bathroom and watch TV.
I've got to go pee. Excuse me, pardon. Excuse me.
Anyways, off they go down in the corner. Number 1, Smith continuing to lead. Rouse now making a charge on Duga for the 2nd spot.
Yeah, Duga did not get a great restart there.
Bill Gill around. Dixieland Grill caution flag back out.
Have a look at the replay. Yeah, they went to go into the corner 4 wide, and I don't think Gill was prepared to turn quite that sharp.
For our Eastern Ontario fans watching, not the same Bill Gill as down in the East.
Man, did you see that sprint car wreck out in California that wound up in the trees?
No.
Oh, really?
I did not, no.
It was at Chico. Hold, please.
Every conversation nowadays. Did you see? Well, here, I'll find it.
So
wow.
For those of you at home, I'm showing Greg this wild
this
clip.
Is riveting.
But if you tune in Tuesday night to Rivals Race Chat with Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross, you will get to see what we're talking about. How's that for a teaser?
There you go. Smith's going to lead them down into 1. Much better start that time for Duga. Pulls away from Rouse, side by side for the 4th position behind her.
Chris Hawkins, I've still got my eye on that 25. The car looks like it's got lots of speed as he's trying to get up to a transfer spot. Right now battling with Flanagan in that 519, who's also trying to get back up to a transfer spot.
Stand by, it'll be 2 laps left to go for Terry Smith over Dustin Duga. Madison Rouse, 1, 2, and 3. And then you've got Matthew Jessom in the 4th spot. Doug Walsh holding down 5th.
5th is the final transfer as Draper takes a look to the inside of Flanagan. Not clear.
Mobile 1 white flag is out for Terry Smith. This has all been his qualifier.
Walsh doing a great job to hang on to the 5th spot because he's got a couple of cars behind him that are plenty quick. Just couldn't get it done in this heat as the checkered flag about to fly.
Terry Smith will get the win over Dustin Duga. Then it's Madison Rouse, Matthew Jessom, Doug Walsh, so Chris Hawkins, Dave Flanagan, Bill Gill, and Kalen Draper will go to the last chance qualifier. Speaking of last chance qualifiers, the Instant Insulation mini stocks make their way out onto the racetrack. Last chance to get into tonight's main event. And here is how they will line up. It'll be 6 laps. Top 9 transfer to the A main. Out of the 16-car field on the pole out of Hagersville, the 23T is Trevor DeBoer, regular in our Thunderstock division Friday nights. Trevor Farrington out of Paris in the 327 goes second. Starting in third, Randy Allway out of St. Anne's in the 34. Fourth will be Steve Miller out of Paris in the 79. Fifth starting position, the 99R, is Ryan Farrington. He's from Waterford. And Brittany Oram out of Amherstburg in the 25B goes sixth. Seventh is John Janssens from Woodstock in the 66. Going eighth is the 78 of Mark Thorne from Waterford. Starting in ninth, Mark Allen out of Waterdown in the 12. Crystal Souls, the 81D from Hamilton, goes 10th. 11th is Mike Evers out of Caledonia in the 265. And 12th, the 10J of Seth Reneveld out of Hagersville. Starting in 13th, Wade Thorne from Waterford in the 15. Mike Iverson, the 11, goes 14th, 15th. Jacob Mamo in the 15th spot. 16th is Steve Delisle in the 10S.
The Wade Thorne, number 15, just not coming up to speed. But Greg, tell me, how do 9 cars transfer out of this race?
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Did someone not?
Well, I'm looking at, if someone didn't pass tech or wait in light for the heat, they would have been at the back of this. I didn't see anyone at the back that I thought finished in the top 10 of their qualifier, but hey, we go by what's on the sheet.
Doesn't mean it's right.
No, God no.
Trevor DeBoer. Okay, Dave confirms his top 8. Whoa, close call there as John Jansen's got a good look at the front stretch wall. Gathers it up, now is challenging to take away the second spot.
How can Dave hear what we're talking about? He's got a radio on, he's got 2 different microphones, one to talk to the drivers, one to talk to the officials.
And now troubles for the Thorne 78, Mark Thorne, and a red flag.
Unless there's a fire.
Possibly.
Or maybe Dave's mad that I was making fun of him.
Yep, he said that's it. Shut down these races till Adam behaves. Call of a fire here on the 78 quickly, guys. So that was the situation. And how he could hear you is I rated up to Dave and said, how do we get 9? He said some mid-sprint. I said, please let them know. There's all your answers.
Man, who knew Clint took such good care of us?
I don't. I just pay attention to your mistakes.
Oh, God. That's a full-time job in itself.
Well, the car was on fire. Mark Thorne's out of the car. Well, Mark, if you can't win them, burn them, right?
Yeah, what a season, man. If it wasn't for that one win, I don't know why I'd keep coming back, but we're trying. And, I was going to run this tomorrow at Flamborough, but I guess not now.
So. All right, get back in it and steer it, and we'll get you back to the pits. And it's one of those things, Adam, we talk about how racing is an addiction, guys. And, Mark said it there. He's had such a terrible season, but he got that one win, which just keeps dragging you back, making you think, I can do it. So we will keep beating our head against the fence.
Well, and it's even more challenging for the Thorne family because they drive different cars every week.
Yeah, they must have quick change seats in these cars because they're pulling them up and moving them around like crazy. They're going to push Mark back here. And how's this, guys? This is his mirror. He's got his mirror not taken out. It's just wrapped with a tie wrap so he can't use it. And the one inside is turned down, too. Let's get him out of here, guys. Back to the pits for Mark. How about it, fans? Let him know you appreciate he's all right over here. A bit of a fire, but they'll get it back and get her going.
I was wondering where you were going with that mirror comment. Like, man, don't be snitching. Deal with that quietly.
I saw that replay, just a brief flash of fire up in corner 3. Called to double it up. 8 will transfer.
Yeah, we're going to have 2 last chance races where 8 cars transfer, and then last chance for the Sportsman where 6 cars transfer. We'll start 26 Sportsman. We'll start 28 mini stocks, 28 crate sprints, and all 19 sprint cars.
Carter Long waves the white flag from the Cedar Springs Landscaping Starter Stand.
I don't know if Carter can hear me. Carter, can you show off that new harness you got on? We got Carter a brand new harness, trying to always improve his safety up there. So he is tethered for working at heights now. He's got a full harness on. We have cleaned up the inside of that box, took a lot of switches out, put some roll bar padding up, and just trying to take care of Carter as best we can, guys.
You know, and he didn't need the tether for the way he likes to lay across the top of the stand. He needed the tether for that damn mobile one white flag that looks like it's 60 pounds when he tries to wave it.
We actually ordered him a new one from Epic Raceware last week. I said, you know, he's getting Popeye arms over here. We got to get him something better.
I love watching it.
Off they go down into corner 1, Trevor DeBoer.
It's like a Silver War canvas tent he's waving up
Oh,
there.
it's wild. Like when it happens, we can show you, but it's wild. He's a strong young man. He can do it. Remember, top 8 make it in. Wade Thorne having a good run right now in that 15. It looked bleak at the start of this one, but he gets a restart and he gets right back up into the action. Oh boy.
Boy, that 15, though, has got some speed now after all the problems in the heat and the start of this last chance qualifier.
He's just got to make it for one more as Hercules waves the mobile one white flag.
Trevor DeBoer's got company. John Jansen's right there on the back bumper. As they work down into corner number 3 for the final time. 8 to transfer. The rest are done for the night. The Epic Raceware checkered flag comes out. Wade Thorne's car comes up lame at the wrong time.
Can he
Trevor
get
DeBoer's
there?
in. Jansen's in. Farrington, Allen, Farrington, Alway, and Miller, Evers, and Thorne ends up 9th.
Did you see Mamo slalom down the front straightaway? Did you see that, Greg?
I didn't. I was looking.
I was laughing with you, Adam, and your laugh made it even wilder. I don't know if we can see that one again, but he's like, this is my shot!
Oh, man. Prepare for ludicrous speed. Watch this, Greg. Have a look at the Creekside construction screen and look for way back in the field. It's a pretty red car, second from the back. And here he goes. Here's my chance. Whoop, excuse me, pardon me. We missed the part where he's really starting to fishtail to get through that, but that'll be a highlight for the young man. Whew. All right, last chance qualifier for the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprints. 13 cars scheduled to take the green. 8 cars will qualify. Here's how they'll line up on the pole from Brantford. The 88R is Riley Mercer, alongside from Caledonia, it's Logan Ferguson in the 89L. Third from Beamsville, it's Nico Hansen in the 27H. Fourth in the 96 from Thorold is Tyler LaFantasy. Starting fifth from Scotland, the 53 is Logan Schwedick. Sixth from Cambridge, 44 is Connor Ross. Seventh from Burford is Brandon Sobeski in the 22X. Eighth from Baden, the 2 is Travis Hofstetter. Ninth from Hagersville, it's Kiana Teal in the 94K. 10th from Ohsweken, the 9C is Brian Nanicoke. 11th from Hagersville is Jeremy May in the 36. 12th from Ancaster, Trevor Young in the 51. And rounding out the field from St. George, the 69K is Ken Hamilton. I got a couple of text messages, Greg, that said I got to watch the interview that Connor did with McLean and Jackson, which I thought was McLean and Jackson interviewing Connor, but apparently it was pretty comical.
Yeah, I saw it. I couldn't hear it, but McLean told me that he turned things around. So all three of the next generation were there on camera.
Still clearing up the 10. Jay on the bottom here, turn number 2, so they will work on getting this one. Just want to send a shout out to some friends who are here. Kelsey and Carm, happy anniversary. Celebrate here, and all the best of them. So Kelsey and Carm, thanks for coming out.
Hey, I was supposed to give a shout out to Kelsey and Carm.
8 to transfer, 5 will not make it to the main event tonight. And I mean, you could basically put all these names in a hat and draw who the 8 were going to be. And all drivers that could be in a main event on any given Friday night.
Well, that's the amazing thing about this class. You know, when you talk to the teams back in the pits, that they know you've got to be on it. And it's so important. You know, if you watch a lot of racing on flow or dirt vision, some of these big races, Greg, that are multi-night races, and they talk constantly about the importance of qualifying well. Like, you can't have a bad moment. Every time you're on the track, you've got to perform. Our great sprints are very much like that. Practice is time. How you do in practice is how you're going to start in your heat. You got to be solid in your heat. These guys are going to drive like crazy, guys and gals, to finish in the top 8 to start 21st through 28th in the feed.
Through the WG Truck Center start zone they go to the green flag. Mercer and Ferguson race down into corner number 1. 2 opposite lines as Ferguson right out to the wall, and the Dixieland Grill caution flag will fly.
The boss didn't like something.
Not like a race here. We are not going to start it as a sprint here. Let's go. We know better than that.
I just had to give you the inside.
Yeah, Riley Mercer was about half a car ahead of the 89L, and I think they came to the line a little faster than Dave wanted them to.
Try and give you a bit of inside baseball there. Dave talking to the field. Try and give it to you again here as he gets ready to come back to it.
We need a camera in there, because to go with that voice, you really need to see the look on his face. Don't you think that sells it a little, Greg?
He's not saying nothing, but here we go.
Mercer ahead, but Logan Ferguson was kind of hanging back there on that start.
Yeah, that was a little unusual. Travis Hofstetter with a good jump on that start in the 2. Not a jump, but a good move in 1 and 2 to take position out in front. Who's going to lead lap number 1?
Logan Ferguson over Riley Mercer. Then it's Tyler LaFantasy holding down the 3rd spot in that 96 machine. Again, top 8 will transfer right now. That's Kiana Teal.
She's battling with Connor Ross in the 44 right now, so it's an uneasy battle back there. There's some fast race cars duking it out for position. Up at the front, Riley Mercer trying to hold off Logan Ferguson and Tyler LaFantasy.
A little bit longer of a last chance qualifier than what we saw with the mini stocks. Double the distance, 12 laps, as we keep an eye at the front and the transfer spot. Teal and Connor Ross, that's the battle 7th and 8th right now.
They battle behind Travis Hofstetter. If I'm not mistaken, Hofstetter might have missed the last couple of features, not being in a transfer spot in that B main in the number 2. Ross going to change things up, go down and run the bottom. Kind of crosses up Kiana Teal. Right behind them, Jeremy May in the 36. Battling with Brandon Sebeski, really having probably his best night that we've seen, Greg.
7 laps left to go. It's all Riley Mercer over Logan Ferguson, Tyler LaFantasy, Nico Hansen, and Logan Schwedick. That's your top 5. 6th is Hofstetter, 7th is Teal, 8th is Ross, May and Sebeski, as you mentioned, having a great run here, are right there behind these two drivers. They bobble a little bit. They're going to lose the transfer spot.
Well, that's just it. That's the risky run out in front. Riley Mercer doing a great job pulling away from Logan Ferguson, who runs in the second spot.
And Ross falling into the clutches now. Sebeski, who's right there. He's down to the inside. So is Jeremy May, who's back behind the wheel of the 36 tonight.
Ross backs it down, runs the bottom of 3 and 4. They might split him down the front stretch.
Ross shuts the door on Sebeski. May on the inside, 3 wide off the second corner. They're both going to get by the number 44.
The battle is on as laps wind down. It'll be 2 laps to go next time.
It's all Riley Mercer out in front. He is checked out on the field. Logan Ferguson has Nico Hansen right behind him.
Oh no! Couple of cars get into it in turn number 4. It's Jeremy May and Brandon Sebeski as they get 2 laps to go.
1 lap left for Riley Mercer. He'll take the white flag. He's got lap traffic ahead as the transfer spot continues to have some heated rivalries going on. Checkers out. Mercer's going to take the win. Second will be Ferguson. Then it's Hansen. Schwedick will get by LaFantasy. So that's your top 5. Then it's Hofstetter, Kiana Teal, and Jeremy May is going to be the final driver to transfer. So Sebeski, Ross, Young, Nanakoke, and Hamilton are done for the night.
Watch this going down into 3 and 4. I don't know how those two saved that.
Well, that save allows Jeremy May to go to the main event tonight. He is the final car to transfer. Great save by Jeremy down there. We'll take a quick break. Be back with the ROC Sportsman Last Chance Qualifier.
For over 40 years, Patco Transportation, together with Encore Transportation, has helped move business across North America. Based in Ayr, Ontario, with a second terminal in Dalton, Georgia, this family-owned company is built on experience, reliability, and service. Patco Transportation, your LTL, truckload, and special events carrier.
Looking for a new race or cargo trailer? Welcome to Kemp Motorsports. Kemp Motorsports specializes in top quality race and cargo trailers from United, Wells Cargo, and Hallmark. From our best-selling Rev Series up to custom 53-foot goosenecks and stackers. We have a huge selection in stock or ready to custom order. With top brands, great selection, and over 30 years experience, stop by and see why Kemp Motorsports is your #1 race trailer dealer. Find us online at kempmotorsports.ca.
After World War II, my grandfather was diagnosed with cancer, and our neighbors guided my father through his first few years after my grandfather died. This year will be my father's 50th crop. He always reminds me that without the help of our neighbors, there would never have been a first. My name is Randy. I'm a farmer, and I make the best damn tractors in the world because I owe it to my neighbors.
Case IH, built by farmers.
Scan this QR code now for the best deal on Total Wash. Get the famous wash kit that includes 2 bottles of our revolutionary touchless wash, a foam cannon to efficiently coat any vehicle, and now an extra 3 free bottles of wash. But only at the QR code on the bottom left. This stuff melts the toughest mud and grime off your tractors, ATVs, and even heavy machinery. Thousands of people, from racers to landscapers, are loving Total Wash. So what are you waiting for? Scan the QR code now so you don't miss this exclusive offer.
At WG Truck Center, we fix trucks. We don't just change parts. Maintenance, repairs, frame straightening, and custom builds. Everything happens right here. A high-performance team focused on serving local Canadian business, always looking to add talent to make us even better. Need parts? Need a rig? Need services? The local shop that does it all. WG Truck Center. Everything you need for your diesel truck.
Back at Ohsweken Speedway on G-Force TV, the 2-seat sprint car. Out on the track, DJ Christie, the driver. Jay Christie, his dad. The ride along. Jay's no...
Let's see what his hands
he
were
was
doing.
waving there. not that lap, but the last time by, he was waving out the side of the car. Jay is no stranger to racing. He's a former racer himself, but it's different being the ride-along.
Jay was not looking forward to this experience.
He's going to go down to Slack Lumber Victory Lane. Clinton Jeffrey's going to talk with the Christies.
Well, what do you think, fans? Would you like to go for a sprint car ride? Make some noise. Dad Jay's over here shaking his head no. Well, Jay, do you still hate me?
That is absolutely insane.
So you were a driver yourself. Maybe explain to the fans or the viewers watching at home what that experience was like, Jay, other than just it was insane.
I made 10,000 laps on asphalt. This is absolutely ridiculous. To put the car that far sideways, and I knew he was messing with me, right? Like he's going to have some fun. But to have that thing, and I mean, I had my arm out the window, man. I was pumping. I was screaming. I thought he was going to think I was scared. But frick, that was awesome, man. Let's do this again.
Jay, hold your hand up for me. You're shaking like a leaf, man. How about it for the Christies? DJ, how cool was that to get some revenge on Dad for all the beatings he gave you as a kid?
Yeah, that was pretty special. That's some pretty awesome father-son bonding right there.
Well, we appreciate it, DJ. How do you feel about your car getting ready to go tonight?
I don't know where we're starting yet. It's hopefully inside the top 10 somewhere. And if it keeps going the way it's going, I think we'll have something to win and maybe drive through the field a little bit.
All right, good luck, DJ. He's got a few extra laps. Make some noise for the two-seater, guys, and we're going to open it up here shortly. We'll get a picture or two, and we'll open it up to the fans online here in about a week or so, and you'll be able to get your own shot to go for a two-seater ride here. We've got two of them. One is up and running. We're working on the second one. Good shout-out to the GSR crew to get this one going. We're going to start having some fun with the two-seaters again. Make some noise once again if you want to try a ride out here one of these days. Thanks, Christy. Boys, we'll turn it back to you guys. I'm not sure whether we need a quick break, but the Sportsman B Main coming up.
Yeah, we'll take a quick look before we go to a break to the Carmen's Group upcoming events board. And, of course, next week, the late model open for the open late models. They are on the card next week. Crates are off. Our other three divisions will be a part of the show. And then in 2 weeks' time is championship night. All of our four regular divisions are on the card. We'll settle who will be our champions for 2026. And then in 3 weeks' time, we kick it off on a Thursday night, September the 17th. It'll be Nationals weekend. The Northern Mini Stock and Thunderstock Nationals on the Thursday night. Friday night is the Northern Crate Nationals, and Saturday is the Northern Sprint Car Nationals. OhswekenSpeedway.ca for all the information. That's your Carmen's Group upcoming events calendar. We'll take a quick break. Be back with the ROC Sportsman Last Chance Qualifier.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Whether you're looking to make a top cash sale for your used car, want to buy a previously owned vehicle, or need parts for your current car, Kenny U-Pull is the place to visit. Join us and our community of car part pullers in giving a second life to all vehicles while saving you a ton of money. Visit a Kenny U-Pull yard near you today.
For over 80 years, Libro Credit Union has been a trusted financial partner. Today, as a 100% Canadian-owned credit union, we offer all the products and services you'd expect from a traditional bank, but with a personal, community-focused approach, investing back into the people, local businesses, and communities we serve. Bank local, support local, loyal to local.
We're blowing away the competition. Get ready to meet the most effective touchless wash on the market. And when we say touchless, we mean touchless. This stuff handles your dirtiest vehicles with zero scrubbing required. No matter the vehicle, Total Wash has got you covered. And right now, only at the QR code below, you can snag 3 free bottles of wash when you purchase our foam cannon kit. The kit comes with everything you need to make cleaning a breeze. So don't miss your chance to try this revolutionary wash system for yourself.
Built for a smoother, smarter, simpler season. Built to break new ground every time you break ground. Built for a higher quality harvest. built to protect your crops with precision, while giving you precision control in the palm of your hand. With a local service network built to keep you running. Everything Case IH makes is purposefully designed to work on your farm. Because we don't just build our equipment to work, we build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
For almost a decade, Ackland Insurance has proudly supported Ohsweken Speedway. In 2026, the Ackland Insurance Top Gun Award continues to reward speed, paying cash to the fastest sprint car drivers in each timed hot lap group. The full moon is out here at Ohsweken Speedway. One more last chance qualifier. It's for the Race of Champions Sportsman Series. Adam Ross has the starting lineup.
6 cars are going to transfer into the feature event. Here's how they're going to line up in this last chance race. On the pole from Welland, the 114 is Kyle Rothwell. Second from Thorold, the 13M is Daniel McKay. Starting third from Port Robinson, the 108 is Bill Bleach. Alongside him from Stevensville, the 25 is Chris Hawkins. Fifth from St. Catharines, the 98 is Justin Sharp. Sixth from Port Colborne, John Babillon in the 62. Seventh from St. Catharines, the 78X is Shane Pierce. Eighth from Port Robinson is Dave Flanagan Jr. in the 519. Starting ninth from Richmond, the 17M is Maddie Wallace. 10th from Lowbanks, the 24 is scheduled to be Austin Seaburn. 11th from Bloomfield is Dan Ferguson in the 11. 12th from Fort Erie, Bill Gill in the 49. And rounding out the field from Sydenham, 17X is Kaylin Draper.
Last chance to get into tonight's ROC main event. Stirling Lubricants Shootout. I want to thank Stirling Lubricants for being a part of this show and supporting this event. And also want to thank tonight's race night sponsor, Ontario AGRA Piping and Supplies.
Man, Stirling Lubricants sponsors a lot of motorsports.
Also want to give a shout out to the Six Nations Fire and Paramedics up in the track suite tonight. Welcome. Thank you for all that you do.
Field rumbles down into 1 and 2. They're 3 wide already. Remember, the top 6 get in. Everybody else is done for the night.
And for some of these drivers, they made a haul, and boy, did Dan Ferguson punt his man out of the way there. Yeah, Dave Flanagan got a body check.
Ferguson and Flanagan going at it. Draper looking for racing room outside of Flanagan, but at the front is Kyle Rothwell leading the way in that 114.
And here's the thing, like you said, 6 transfer spots. Guys like Dan Ferguson, that made a long haul from the east and need to get up to that top 6 and get going, and he's up there. He's right there with Chris Hawkins now in the 25.
It's no time to make friends. It's time to make money and get into the show. Ferguson slips through for that 6th spot. Just ahead of them, Shane Pierce in a side-by-side battle with Daniel McKay.
Babbion right behind the 11 machine, made a little contact. Out in front, though, it's all Kyle Rothwell in the 114. Used to seeing him here in the mini stocks over the years.
Bleach into the 2nd spot. 3rd, it's Justin Sharp. So a lot of drivers that have driven a lot of different race cars occupying the top 4 spots.
Halfway home already in this one. Kyle Rothwell, Bill Bleach. You've got Justin Sharp, Shane Pierce, Daniel McKay, and Dan Ferguson right now, your top 6, the transfer cars. John Babbion's not done yet, though. He's right there behind Ferguson in the 62.
Ferguson just had to check up a little bit to avoid McKay, and that really allowed Babillon to close in, but he's got speed in that 62. Ferguson still looking to the inside of McKay, trying to clear that number 13.
And now it's all Kyle Rothwell. This time by it'll be 3 laps left to go for the driver of the 114 as he continues to lead over Bill Bleach.
Daniel McKay now in the hot seat in that number 13. Babillon hunting his prey in that 62 as it'll be 2 laps to go. Time is running out for Babillon. He's able to stick that 62 low to the inside.
Rothwell this time by will come with the Mobile 1 white flag. A sizable advantage over Bill Bleach. Same distance back to Shane Pierce, but then there's that good battle going on with Justin Sharp and Dan Ferguson. And then this fight for the final transfer spot, McKay and Babian.
McKay leads it down into the turn. Babian got a little squirrely between 1 and 2. That might hurt his chances. Checkered flag in the air. Rothwell going to take the win, followed by Bleach.
Then it's Pierce, Sharp, Ferguson, McKay, and he'll be the final transfer car. So Babian, Hawkins, Flanagan, Wallace, Draper, and Gill done for the night.
Man, Draper, Flanagan, Hawkins, all of those cars showed signs of speed throughout the night, and not enough to make it.
Time for our feature events. First main event onto the racetrack, the Instant Insulation Mini Stocks. 15 laps will be the distance, 28 cars. This is how they line up on the pole. Out of Stratford, the 54 is Christopher French. Alongside from Ancaster, the 3 is Chase Mitchell. Lining up in the second row, it's the Erskine row. On the inside's Dad in the 44 from Brantford. Doug Erskine to his outside, Nick Erskine in the 64. Starting in the 5th spot, the 01 is Tristan De Silva out of Waterdown. Jeremy Cooper starts 6th. He's in the 92 from Chippewa. Going 7th out of Caledonia, the 17K is Spencer Riddell, and to his outside from Port Colborne, John Lubeck in the 2EZ. Back in row number 5 from Smithville, the 6X is Mike Sirentakos. Martin Schroeder out of Beachville in the 66X goes 10th. Starting 11th from St. Catharines, the 4A is Mason Anderson. Going 12th out of Welland, the 9C is Connor Chambers. Back in row 7 is the 9 of Tim DeBoer, last week's winner out of York, and going in the 14th spot, Dusty DeBoer out of Hagersville in the 23. 15th position, the 55 of Craig Cole out of Beachville. And in the 16th spot, 5K is Ken Hare from Niagara Falls. Back in row 9, it's Alex Riley in the 17 from St. Catharines. The 11E is Linden's Jeff Elslager. Going 19th, Alexander Klotz out of St. George in the 26. And Brendan LaFrancois out of Niagara Falls in the 24 goes 20th. 21st, that's Trevor DeBoer in the 23T, the first of our B main drivers out of Hagersville. 22nd, John Janssens from Woodstock in the 66. The 99R is Ryan Farrington from Waterford going 23rd. 24th is Mark Allen in the 12th car from Watertown. Trevor Farrington from Paris in the 327 goes 25th. 26 is Randy Allway out of St. Anne's in the 34. Steve Miller from Paris in the 79 goes 27th. And Mike Evers from Caledonia, the 265 goes 28th. Ready to go. First feature of the night, Carter Long ready to turn them loose to the WG Truck Center start zone. 15 laps and they are off. And they will fan out quickly, 4 wide on the front stretch.
French out in front, Mitchell working the outside. Then you got father and son, Doug Erskine in the 44, Nick Erskine in the 64, racing side by side. Before we get too deep into this, Bill Pearsall, we're wishing you a real speedy recovery. We're thinking of you again tonight.
Down into corner number 1, Chase Mitchell leads the way. French and Erskine door to door. Erskine's going to squeak ahead into the second position. Doug Erskine right behind French in that 4th spot.
Chase Mitchell holding down the lead in that number 3. It's a train of 4 cars long right now, but Tristan De Silva closing in to make it 5 cars with Jeremy Cooper. He's running a line of his own, a little bit lower on the racetrack.
Nick Erskine looks low on the 3 of Mitchell. As they go down through 3 and 4. Nick Erskine with a win this year. And this is the first Friday in a long time. He's not wishing someone a happy birthday. It seems weird.
Well, Mark De Silva said I should throw him a little bit of heat because he didn't put my name on the car or Bob Monroe, but he probably ran out of Bristol board money. Racing is expensive.
Does that count as a sale panel?
Depends how stiff the Bristol is. Doug Erskine makes a little contact with Christopher French, but he makes that pass up into the 3rd spot. Jeremy Cooper making the inside groove work in the 92.
Mitchell leading the way over Erskine and Erskine. French in the 4th spot. Jeremy Cooper challenging him in the 92 machine. And very stout with that Lightning McQueen ride here in the last handful of weeks.
Boy, Chase Mitchell, the handle on that 3 car is a little bit quirky, but it's good enough right now to keep Nick Erskine behind him. Erskine going to look to the inside off the exit of turn 4, but that's where Mitchell is good, is on exit. The entry in the middle of the corner looks a little bit tricky for the 3 of Mitchell.
Some of our drivers trying to make moves. The 17 of Alex Riley started back in the 17th position. He's up to 11th. One of our drivers in the points chase here this season.
It looks like that outer groove, but not all the way to the outside. About 3/4 of the way up is where most of these cars are running to make their speed right now. Erskine's need the same groove Chase Mitchell does to make his speed. Ken Hare going to try something a little bit lower as we reach the halfway point.
Alex Riley comes into tonight as the point leader over Jeff Elslager and Ken Hare. Still long from settled and still a couple of weeks after this one for points.
Ken Hare able to make decent speed off the bottom. Everybody else in the top 4 seems to rely on the momentum of being a little higher on the racetrack, but Nick Erskine just can't find a lane to mount a challenge on Chase Mitchell, and Jeremy Cooper's been working the bottom this whole race.
That's been all Chase Mitchell since the drop of the green flag in that 3 machine. Never won here at Ohsweken yet. Could tonight be the night? He's got 5 laps left to do it.
I already got a message from Wade Thorne saying he wasn't impressed with the announcer's jinx. Let's not jinx his teammate. But I guess we got to talk about him. He's leading the race.
Nick Erskine trying everything he can. Doug Erskine right behind him. You said you wanted to see the Erskines on the podium together. This might be their chance. But as it stands right now, neither of them would be the winner.
No, but they'd both be on the podium. Ken Hare and Doug Erskine race wheel to wheel, side by side, right behind Nick Erskine. He's got no idea what's happening behind him. No mirrors in these cars.
Couple of slower cars right in front of the leaders. Farrington up at that high line. Steve Miller goes to the pit area, so he's out of the way.
Chase Mitchell doing a good job, changes his lineup just a little bit, going down into 3, gets back where he wants to be in 4.
Dixieland Grill caution flag comes out as the Farrington ride finally comes up lame in corner 4.
Yeah, he nosed it towards the wall, and that made Dave go yellow, and as soon as he called yellow, he pulled back down. So, been limping for about a lap here.
So that's Trevor Farrington in the 327.
So, I mentioned earlier on, Greg, that the Chase Mitchell number 3 does not come up to speed as well as some of the other cars in this mini stock division. Who else notices that? Well, if you're Nick Erskine, do you notice Ken Hare? Or am I just full of it?
Well, that's a different matter.
How do you set us up like that and not be
It's like T-ball.
Yeah. Put it on the tee. Hey, I got some cool news from the pits, though, guys. As we try and build up this Stirling Sportsman Shootout, I just got a message from the pits. James lives over there, and his business, DDL & Co., spends a lot of their cash to sponsor teams out here. James said, I want to help make this Sportsman race an annual big thing. He's going to kick in $100 to all the cars that didn't qualify, so they'll get an extra $100 tow money for the 7 drivers that didn't make it through the B-Main. So thanks to DDL & Co. for getting everybody on board and helping these drivers pay their gas bill tonight, guys.
Yeah, exactly. That's huge.
Yep, that's a great gesture. And a great guy.
Some of those drivers that didn't make the show are from Eastern Ontario, so that's definitely going to help them out as well.
We're going to go back to the green this time out of 4. Chase Mitchell. That's a pretty quick pace lap, and I think I know why.
Exactly what you said. If you start a little quicker, less time to get up the full song.
He knows his shortcomings. Chase Mitchell on the power, just like the original start. Didn't get off to a great start, but able to roll around the high side. Ken Hare trying to move him up a little bit, take that high lane. Nick Erskine going to race to the bottom. They're side by side for the lead as they reach the Mobile 1 white flag.
And Ken Hare looks to lead the lap. No, Mitchell's going to continue to lead as they come down.
Side by side battle down the back straightaway. They go off of turn number 2. Door to door, side by side. Who gets the advantage into 3?
Off the corner they will work to the Epic Racewear double checkers. Looks like the 5K of Ken Hare is going to get it done over Mitchell. Erskine, Cole, and DeBoer.
Great race in this mini stock feature event. Doug Erskine slides back a little bit down to the 7th spot.
I don't think some of them knew that was it. There was some confusion there on that last restart because it did say 13 laps on the board when the white flag came out, and that was adjusted. And Ken Hare's going to go back to victory lane. This is a huge win for him, trying to gain some ground in the points chase as Alex Riley, the point leader, finished 6th. So Ken Hare will make up some ground with 2 weeks to go.
Boy, I wonder how Chase Mitchell's going to take this. Second place is a great run, by far his best run in the class, but man, he led a lot of that feature event. He'll roll down into Slack Lumber victory lane in the P2 spot at the front. Ken Hare the winner, and Nick Erskine, he was in the battle that whole time, just couldn't make it work.
Well, fireworks about to light up the sky for our top 3 here tonight down the Slack Lumber victory lane. And to get it done, you don't have to lead every lap. In fact, you only have to lead the last one. That was the case for Ken Hare. He'll be down trackside with our Clinton Jeffrey.
Thanks a lot, Greg. As little fireworks light up the sky here for all our feature winners every single night here at the Big O all season long. And Ken Hare will get the Gales Auto Aftermarket winner's hat. He'll climb up on the roof here and salute you. Make some noise for Ken Hare. Well, you didn't hear Greg say it, Ken, but he said you don't got to lead them all. You just got to lead the important one, and that's what you did here at the end of this one. Looked like you were biding your time, waiting for your opportunity.
I was definitely waiting for my time. That caution definitely helped us. I don't think I would have been able to get them, but was super grateful to be back up here.
Solid drive tonight. Anybody you want to thank for a great run once again?
Yeah, I got to thank all the guys in the shop, Jeremy, Kate, just everybody that helps us. Wouldn't be here without these guys. Also got to thank A&A Power Tools, Go-Getters, LKQ, LC Designer Tiles and Lighting, just everybody that helps get us here. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Awesome job, Ken Hare, your winner here in the mini stocks. We'll get over here and talk to Chase Mitchell. Chase, solid drive here today. Let's talk about this run. You know, you were so close. Are you happy, or are you frustrated or disappointed in how that one ended up?
I am beyond happy. This is my first year being here, so I never expected that I'd even be up here at all. So I'm like super grateful.
Awesome job, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
Chase Mitchell, guys, will finish second over here. A little bit excited. Sorry, guys, if I ruined your pictures. Nick, what a drive, man. We were hoping you and your dad could get on the podium. I don't know if you knew your dad was right there, but you guys almost ended up on the concrete. Another solid points night for you as you chip away, trying to go after that championship.
I mean, you know, I was starting from behind coming into this race, so like being up on the pad it's exactly what we needed. And I was watching the board. I'm like, Dad, come on, let's get up there. And you know, that last restart, we kind of lost a bit of ground, and you know, Ken snuck up on us. But like again, like Chase Mitchell drove an excellent race. I was on his rear end the entire time, and he was just really awesome. But you know, I just had to thank, because last time I was up here, I didn't get a chance to thank anyone. But like I would like to thank everyone back. You know, like again, like Cassie, Kenzie, like everyone else, like a part of the crew. They do an awesome job on this car every week. They bless the car every time. Like, you know, like you just probably seen an autograph now. They're banging on the hood and stuff. I love it. It makes every night so much fun. And also, like, the huge thanks to my dad. Again, like like there was nothing more special than kind of looking beside him and say, hey, you know, let's go, let's do this. But you know, I enjoy being out here every single week, and like this has been my life, and I love it.
Go get your picture taken. Nick Erskine, everybody, will be third. Chase Mitchell nearly got one. He'll finish second, and Ken Hare picks up another win. And a visit to Slack Lumber Victory Lane. We got 3 feature events to come. We'll be right back from Ohsweken Speedway.
This summer, there is only one way to celebrate. Victory missed. Redefining celebration.
Christopher David Bell. He's 4 years old. What have you started?
Oh, Christopher Bell has taken the lead. What a finish! He's done it again! Bell has driven to victory Again, how about that? That check is for $1 million.
When every mile matters, where will your journey take you?
When it's planned properly, a renovation feels easy. Everything's decided in your space. You see it, you're sure, and you move forward. The work flows, the details land, and it comes together without the back and forth. That's how we do it at Blue Canoe. Clear process, quality work, done right.
Lockhart's Odyssey is BRP's newest marine dealer for the legendary Alumacraft fishing boats, the luxurious Manitous, and the affordable Sea-Doo Switch pontoons. Come aboard our new outdoor showroom, located here in Cortland at Lockhart's Odyssey, your BRP superstore.
Welcome back to Ohsweken Speedway. It's time to go sprint car racing with the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Great Sprint feature event. 20 laps is the distance. Here's how they're going to line up on the pole from Six Nations in the 20. It's the Iceman, Johnny Miller. Second from Thamesford in the 14, it's Larry Gledhill. Starting third from Mossley, the 3S, Austin Rose. Fourth out of St. Thomas, the 52, is Jesse Costa. Fifth from Waynfleet, the BS39, is Brett Stratford. Starting sixth from Wilsonville, it's Corey Whittam in the 55. Seventh from Port Colborne, the 24A, is A.J. Lewis. Eighth from Cortland, it's Tom Palazzari in the number 5. Starting ninth from Clarence Center, the 57C, is Cooper Fritz. 10th from Dorchester, it's Holly Porter in the 1. 11th out of Caledonia in the 9, it's the Livewire, Leah Martin. Starting 12th from Brantford, the 48, is Lance Erskine. 13th from Mississauga, driving the number 4, it's the Highlight Man, Mac DeMann. 14th from Georgetown, the 2M, is Steve Murdoch. 15th from Rockwood, the 94, is Ryan Fraser. 16th from Hamilton, it's Darren McLennan in the 78. 17th from Ancaster, the 26X, is Campbell Baker. 18th from Kitchener, it's Adrian Staley in the 50 LS. 2018 from Rockton, it's Cam Thompson. 16X from Ancaster is Keegan Baker. Bradley Mercer drives the 88R, he's from Brantford. The 89L is from Caledonia, that's Logan Ferguson. 27H from Beamsville's Nico Hansen. 53 from Scotland is Logan Schwedick. 96 from Thorold is Tyler LaFantasy. The 2 from Baden is Travis Hofstetter. 24K from Hagersville's Kiana Teal. The 36 from Hagersville is Jeremy May. Let's have a look at your ones to watch. It will be the 52 of Jesse Costa chasing his first track championship. And your other Bradshaw's one to watch is a former champion, the BS39 of Brett Stratford, looking to regain his former championship form with a different race car. Oh, trouble deep. McDeman goes around. Logan Ferguson gets into him in the 89L, and a red flag comes out here on lap number 1. I don't remember the last time we saw a steering wheel toss quite like that, as Logan Ferguson tosses the wheel aside in that 89L frustration as he just walks away from the scene back towards the pits and stops to gather himself. McDeman still inside the car.
Let's get the 4 from the back. If he wants 2 minutes, he's got a left rear. He can get back there right now.
Left rear flat on the McDeman number 4.
So Logan Ferguson out of his car, the McDeman number 4. The 4 of Demand can use his 2 minutes in the work area. He's got a flat left rear, and they'll go to work on that one. So they'll get him hooked up and taken back. This Logan Ferguson car, though, destroyed for the second time this season. As you can see, it is all pushed down, and he's going to get another ride on just in case, which Logan does not want. Trying to find out where Logan got away to on me here. But they will lift up this 89L, and another tough break for this car. Let's look at the McDeman car, Adam. Jack. Look at here, we got McDemand's got a flat left rear here, and this is the reason that he's going to be able to get his 2 minutes in the work area. He's also got some other issues here, but these problems aren't too big of an issue. Got a crash bar issue here, but I think they can get that pulled out. It is not in the way of the steering, but because he has a left rear problem, he can get his 2 minutes in the work area. Any of the other problems other than a tire wings, you would not be guaranteed your 2 minutes. So they'll get McDemand back there and get to working on the number 4. And the 89L already on just in case and headed back to the pits, guys. That's everything here from turn 2. We're going to fire these cars right away.
Yeah, that left side Nerf bars. Let's have a look at the replay. DeMann gets into the corner. He was trying to regain control. I think he might have clipped the back end of Lance Erskine, which completed his spin. Logan Ferguson didn't have a whole lot of options there as he was driving into it. Let's have one more look and just sort of watch the 89L of Logan Ferguson. If you watch the Creekside Construction screen there on the front stretch, Logan Ferguson coming in. It is hard to see through traffic, Greg. I think that was a perfect example. By the time things parted for Logan Ferguson, there was a car parked sideways on the racetrack, and he got into it pretty good. Clinton.
Quick reminder, everybody, about the GSR Gas opener tomorrow down at 3436 3rd Line from 11 to 5 p.m. $30,000 in prizes and giveaways. And don't forget, 99 cents a liter gasoline tomorrow down at the GSR Gas grand opening, 3436 3rd Line. Get down there, 30 grand in prizes. Spend 20 bucks, spin the wheel, win a prize.
You'd have been a great carny.
Well, we'll direct your attention there as we watch our 3-ring circus. And on the Creekside Construction screen, you see the McDemand number 4 being pulled into the pit stall for the Barr brothers to go to work here. And we'll zoom in on that a little bit more. And we'll watch them go to work on the left side here of the number 4. And oh, nothing gets me more excited than a great drone shot from the 2-minute work area, guys.
That was a high level excitement for drone footage, but I agree. So they've got a big pry bar out there trying to pry out that left side Nerf bar. What I would be concerned with is the range of steering.
It didn't appear to be a problem, Adam. It was close, but it wasn't impeding that drag link down the left side that controls the steering on the car. So they'll get that left rear in. They're going to go to work on it, and I don't think they were too worried about that side crash bar.
No, they put they're going back to it with a pry bar, but there's not a whole lot to pry against. The headers are down there.
I think they almost need to get it on the ground and use the ground as a pivot point here.
Got
they got to get them going.
They brought out a BFH.
Matt comes in 4th in the standings this night with just tonight and championship night remaining for the crate sprints. They are not in action next Friday, as we see Matt getting pushed off there by the Barr Motorsports team.
And it's a bit of a hike for DeMann. He's got to go down that back access road. It's hard if people are walking. It's hard for them to hear because there's no race car sound. The car's not running, just the sound of the ATV. Now he's got a straight shot out to the warm-up track, where he should be greeted by a member of the push truck crew. Oh, maybe not. They've got to push him all the way to turn 3, don't they?
Still under the caution flag here as there's McDemand making his way out.
I believe Kiana Teal also went pit side after that one. They'll stop DeMann, get the car in gear. Clint?
The problem, though, with the 24K is they came on the radio and said, did another car go to the pits? So when you don't stop to request your 2 minutes, if you're eligible even, they were not going to wait for you. So tough break for Kiana Teal. If she cannot get back out here, she did not request her 2 minutes. They don't know what she needs or what the problem is. So we'll see if she gets back out.
So they're sorting out the running order right now. McDemand going to have to restart at the back. He's kind of weaving that car back and forth. White flag being displayed. They didn't complete a lap, so it's going to be a complete restart.
Johnny Miller and Larry Gledhill try to get on this front row. Point leader Jesse Costa restarting in that 4th position. And he comes in with a fairly handy lead right now, as he's had a very dominant season. Wants to cap this one off in a couple of weeks' time. 52 points over Liam Martin. It's not over yet, but a good solid finish tonight will get him along his way.
No, that's for sure, and it's just a matter of getting into the show, trying to be near the front.
Oh, another trouble up in one, and they're scattered everywhere. Pellizzari and Lance Erskine end up pointed in the wrong direction, so the Dixieland Grill caution flag comes back out.
Man, Pellizzari started in the 8th spot. He was up there near the front of the field.
You know, it's bad luck to have an early spin like this to go to the back, but very lucky to not get run over.
It looked like he was trying to go to the inside of Corey Whittam. Touched his right front to Whittam's left rear. Around he went. Lance Erskine clipped the 5 of Pellizzari. Hopefully both cars were able to just be pushed off. Don't know what the left front looks like on Lance Erskine's car.
Well, guys, we're getting a report of a 2-minute request from Lance Erskine. The 48's got problems on the front end of the car. We'll go up there and check it out.
Racemet crew there on the scene talking to Lance. Tow truck's going to grab the front there.
Well, guys, the Pellizzari car able to be pushed off, and he's going to get pushed counter here right now. And we'll see what goes on here with the Erskine car.
Still with a lap on the board.
He does not have a tire problem. He's got a broken front end. No guarantee. Well, guys, for Lance Erskine, no guaranteed time here. He's got a broken front axle problem. He has no tire or wing problem, so it will not be guaranteed time for Lance Erskine here, guys. This is going to be a big problem for him.
That would be tough for them to fix in 2 minutes anyhow. There's a lot of damage under there. You can see bars that are supposed to be straight. Torsion arm supposed to sit up on top of the axle.
Yeah, so he's got a drag link here, a radius rod that's bent up. He's got the axle pushed back, and they're going to need some work. Lance is not happy. He will not get his guaranteed time, but the new change in the rules this year, if you don't have a flat tire or a broken wing, you're not guaranteed any time.
The good news is Kiana Teal got way more than 2 minutes because they still haven't completed a lap, but it doesn't look like there's any sign of her returning to the racetrack.
So come back to the green flag through the WG Truck Center restart zone. Carter Long with green flag in hand. Still have a car headed to the pit area. Coming to the green. Off they go. You like a close shave?
Right? Johnny Miller pinching that car down to the inside. Jesse Costa sailing around the high side. Larry Gledhill leading the way. We're going to complete that lap.
Third time's the charm, or is that the 4th? Third?
I think it was the 3rd.
Jesse Costa to the right rear of Larry Gledhill at the line. Gledhill will lead the lap. Remember last week, Gledhill did not turn any laps in the qualifier or the feature. And now he's right back to where he picked up a couple of weeks ago.
Costa pokes a nose to the inside. Gledhill almost closed the door. Costa's still down there to the inside. A couple of teammates doing battle. Larry Gledhill, though, holding them off. Now 3 teammates in the top 3.
I was going to say, what a night for Nathan Ackland Racing. Rose Racing there in the 3 RS, part of the Nathan Ackland stable. One of the Gled Hills and Jesse Costa.
Brett Stratford back there mixing it up with Steve Murdoch and A.J. Lewis. Out in front, Larry Gledhill continues to lead. He's got about 5 car lengths over Costa in the 52.
And really good to see Johnny Miller tonight. He went out there, won his qualifier earlier on this evening. He's running up there in the top 5, showing a lot of speed. He was a winner last night here with the Outlaw Carts. Things are looking up for the Iceman, Johnny Miller.
McDeman trying to work through traffic. He's passed about 10 cars coming from the back of the field.
Gledhill, Costa, Rose, 1, 2, and 3. Now Johnny Miller's got some company. Steve Murdoch, rather, in the 2M. Doesn't get the turn 1 that he needed, and he'll stay there in that 5th position.
Out in front, Gledhill being pursued still by Jesse Costa. Sizable gap back to Austin Rose in the 3rd spot, but slower traffic is coming. Who does that give the advantage to?
Costa's right there. He's had to bite the brakes a few times. He does come in as the point leader. Got a comfortable lead. Obviously, he wants to win, but that being a teammate, I think you're going to race maybe a little bit different with those things in your mind. You want to win, but boy, oh boy, Jesse Costa has tried everything he can to get by Gledhill. Now the lap traffic may be the factor.
It certainly could be. Gledhill drives hard down into 3 and 4, slides up to the high lane. Costa ran the high lane all the way through. Now Costa going to go high. Gledhill goes low. Gledhill trying to thread the needle. He got the first part of it.
Oh, Costa's down low. Gledhill will go to the outside of May. Costa to the inside. That's going to give Costa the lead, and a good-sized lead as he pulls away. Gledhill closes it up a little bit down at 1 and 2.
Costa to the inside of Travis Hofstetter. Larry Gledhill. He'll have to do the same thing in 3 and 4.
All Costa over Gledhill. And it's Rose, Murdoch, and Johnny Miller still in the top 5.
Rose trying to gap Steve Murdoch as they race through some slower traffic. Murdoch closed right up on the back of the 3. Oh, problems out of turn 4 for Austin Rose.
And that will put out the Dixieland Grill caution flag. A top 3 run for Austin Rose is going to end up in a limp to the pit area.
Steve Murdoch almost creamed him coming off of turn number 4.
That car's going to coast to the pit area. There's Steve Murdoch. He's got a little bit of nose wing damage on the right side panel.
I don't know that it's slowing him down. He is quick out there. We're going to see just how quick now that he gets to line up right behind Costa and Gledhill. Let's have a look at this replay. Watch Steve Murdoch on the right side of the screen.
That would be where he got the damage.
Right.
Now, what do? I mean, you're a full song. You're just expecting the car in front of you to continue the same lap speed that he's been doing. And when he comes up lane, there's not much time to react. That was slow motion.
No, you're absolutely right. Murdoch weaving the car back and forth, making sure it feels like it did before.
You see just ever so slightly right there. That little bit of wing damage.
All things considered, that could have been a whole lot worse.
Sometimes little things like that end up helping you. The car doesn't react the same, but in a better way. Maybe that will be the case for Steve Murdoch.
How about McDeman running in the 11th spot right now after restarting outside of the top 20?
Yeah, that's a great rally for the highlight man. Back to the green, single file past the restart cone.
Larry Gledhill looks to the bottom. Steve Murdoch to the top. He'll sweep around the 14 at Gledhill, pick up that second spot.
He'll ride off the corner 4 off the high side, trying to reel in leader Jesse Costa. It is now 5 laps left to go.
It's going to be done in clear traffic. I doubt they're going to catch the back of the field. Who's quicker, Jesse Costa or Steve Murdoch, as they race down into 1 and 2?
Well, McDeman just passed a couple of drivers, got himself inside the top 10. He was up to 7th for a moment. Now I think he's riding in the 8th spot.
He's hustling the high side. Holly Porter hustling the low side.
All Jesse Costa right now, though, with 3 laps left to go. Murdoch now feeling a threat from Larry Gledhill, trying to challenge back for the second position.
Murdoch closes the door on the inside. Gledhill ventures up towards the middle of the racetrack. Don't look now. Johnny Miller in the 20 is closing in as we got trouble in turn 2.
Riley Mercer, our B-main winner, comes up lame off of corner number 2. There's Tyler LaFantasy around as well.
Mercer with a flat left front tire on that 88.
I got a recall for both tow trucks, guys, so both cars are going to need a hook here on the front.
Well, Darren McLennan in that 78, he's having a great run up inside the top 10.
McDeman sits 9th, so a good rally going on for him. Clint?
Guys, check this out. This bar dug down in the dirt here. Any idea how deep it goes? Oh, not deep at all. That was a fake. I thought it went in like 6 feet. We'll pass it off to these guys. And this is something that's all the time, guys. We don't see this. This is a torsion retainer. So this is a bar that runs all the way through this torsion, and it keeps these bars from coming unhitched here. And they've broken the right side of their tether off, of their front end off there. So they will have to work on that. It's the torsion stop tether on the front there, so they'll work on getting that one going. And tough break for LaFontaine. He's got issues here. And the other thing about the 80 to Mercer, now we talked about guaranteed work time. He could have his guaranteed work time if we were less than halfway through the race, and because there's only a couple to go, there'll be no guaranteed work time for Riley Mercer and none here for LaFontaine, as it's a bigger problem than tires and wings.
You just make up rules as we go.
Oh, no, we don't. I'm going to have to fight a couple teams in the pits over these rules already.
No.
I know, I can tell my phone's blowing up right now in my pocket. The other one that happened was Lance Erskine pulled up right as we were coming to green, wanted to be pushed off, but we'd already taken the white, so they're not allowed to re-enter the track after we've already said we're going this time. So that was the issue that kept Lance in the pits an extra go-round here. Looks like they may have just taken that car back to the pits and said they've had enough for the night. I don't see him out here at the back of this restart.
Yeah, once your lap's down, you're racing outside of the top 20. There's not a whole lot to gain. And
you're just risking your equipment, right?
Right. We had this conversation this week, right? As long as you have those rules in the book, which you do, you got to follow them.
Well, why we changed it was an amendment to the rules because we had too many teams ask for 2 minutes for things they could never fix in 2 minutes. So all the big tours went to this rule, and we have adapted it as well. Getting ready to go, guys.
Back to the WG Truck Center restart zone to Carter Long. Single file past the cone. Traditional Jesse Costa jerks the wheel down the hill, tries to get the momentum. Murdoch's going to challenge, but Costa's wound up on the outside line.
Liam Martin with one of his classic late race restarts. Woo! Campbell Baker just about hit the wall in turn 2.
Mobile 1 white flag is out for Jesse Costa. Martin up to the 3rd spot now. He's going to make a challenge on Steve Murdoch. Down at 1, nearly clipped the rear end.
Slides up the track. Gledhill gets by. Johnny Miller trying to get by. Here comes Darren McLennan.
Double checkers out. The point leader wins. Costa gets it done over Murdoch. Gledhill, then it's Martin. Miller with a top 5, McLennan in 6th, and what about the rebound by McDeman? Right, we call him the highlight man. Back to 7th, Stratford 8th, Fraser 9th, and Porter 10th.
You know, we don't very often in sprint car racing really get to enjoy the hard work of a pit crew. you know, when you talk about pavement racing, it happens all the time. People go into the pits and do things and come back out. Sprint car races are short. So if you have to go back into the pits, your night to be competitive is mostly over. But this is what a pit crew really lives for.
Well, that's a 7th place team finish there for sure, 100%. The team's always a part of it, but especially tonight from Mac to Man gets him back to the 7th spot. And that man right there, the D&O Towing 52, right back to Slack Lumber victory lane. What a season it has been for him. And this is probably going to all but wrap up his season for the championship, because he already went in 52 points ahead. 7th win of the season. It's been the best he has ever had in this crate sprint car division. Lone Wolf Fireworks lights it up. Let's send it down to Slack Lumber victory lane and Clinton Jeffrey.
Thanks a lot, Greg, as we get ready to welcome Jesse Costa in for another win. As you mentioned, it's been a heck of a season for Jesse. He will work his way out of this number 52 car. He will get the Hoosier Tire ball cap, the Epic Racewear checkered flag, and he'll climb up on back to salute you awesome fans here. How about it for Jesse Costa in the 52? Gets in, gets a congratulations from teammate Larry Gledhill, who had another great run. Jesse, I can't believe you haven't won a championship here. You've been fast for a long time. You know, you got one hand kind of on that trophy already. How do you make sure you don't fall out of it?
I could write a book on how to lose them. It feels like pretty much since 2018 we have a shot every single in the championship night. But just trying to stay out of trouble these last for the whole year. That's the big thing, you know. We've had some luck where we could have flipped and didn't, and that's the kind of luck you need to be a champion, and we just had an unbelievable year. This car is just on a rail. I think anyone could probably drive it right now. I'm just very fortunate to be in the seat of this thing, and thank you to Nathan Acklin and Ash and D&O Towing, Wells Foundry, Acklin Insurance, Tate's Automotive, Wells Foundry, Lone Wolf Fireworks, Butler Bill, Welders Millwrights, Strodes, Maco Tools. Thanks for the whole crew. My whole family, my wife at home with my kids. Love you guys. Wish you were here.
Awesome. Jesse Costa wins another one on his way to the championship battle. Steve, step in front of your car here. Let's talk about your run, man. You were quick tonight. You almost had a shot at that one.
Yeah, we kind of needed that after the last few weeks. We haven't done so well, and good setup in the car tonight, and we were able to come from the back pretty far forward. And yeah, the top kind of went away on me there. I thought I had something for Jesse, but it didn't work out for us tonight.
Austin Rose broke right in front of you, man. We thought you were going to be in big trouble, but you hit him square and were able to survive. Congrats.
Yeah, that was a bit of a scary situation there, but worked out okay for us. So, yeah, thanks.
Right on. Steve Murdoch will be your second place driver, and talk to Larry Gledhill. Larry, you've had some solid runs here. You know, if it wasn't for your teammate Jesse ruining these parties on you, you'd have a couple more, but still a great run for this car.
It's just a wonderful run. The last 6 weeks have been really, really good. Congratulations to Jesse. He's got to just keep on going. A couple more weeks. It was a great run. Good race with two there. I kind of screwed up. I thought it was Austin on my outside, and I let off a little bit, and then I seen it was two. I got to get my numbers better.
Congrats. Larry Gledhill will be third, everybody. Steve Murdoch second, and your winner, Jesse Costa, on his way to the 2026 championship. A few weeks still to go. We'll be right back live here from Ohsweken Speedway. 2 features to come.
Looking for a new race or cargo trailer? Welcome to Kemp Motorsports. Kemp Motorsports specializes in top quality race and cargo trailers from United, Wells Cargo, and Hallmark. From our best-selling Rev Series up to custom 53-foot goosenecks and stackers. We have a huge selection in stock or ready to custom order. With top brands, great selection, and over 30 years experience, stop by and see why Kemp Motorsports is your #1 race trailer dealer. Find us online at kempmotorsports.ca.
Freight doesn't move itself. It takes timing, trust, and a team that knows the road. For over 40 years, Patco Transportation, together with Encore Transportation, has served the North American marketplace with LTL, truckload, and special events freight. Family-owned, cross-border ready, and built to deliver. Patco Transportation, moving business forward.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
Southern Ontario Sprints, along with the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack merchandising sprint cars, ready to go with their 25-lap main event. In memory tonight of Gary Evans, car 69 tonight, $169 in the pockets of each of these drivers starting the AMA, and a little bit extra to the purse here tonight. Here's how they'll line up on the pole out of Scotland. D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook, the point leader in the 47X. To his outside, Skylar Evans in the 87XS out of Scotland. Going in third, Corey Turner out of Tilsonburg in the 39. His line mate last week's winner out of Beamsville, the 88H, is Josh Hansen. Pulling off fifth, Kyle Phillips at Grand Island, New York in the 21. And to his outside, Eric Gledhill from Thamesford in car number 7 goes sixth. Seventh spot, the Six Nations sensation, the 77X is Alex Hill. And DJ Christie lines up in the 8th spot in car number 5 from Beachville. Going 9th, Glenn Stiers, the Ohsweken Flyer in car 0. Going 10th, Nick Sheridan from Mount Bridges in the 45. The 11th spot, car 11, Jamie Turner from Caister Center, and Ryan Turner from Dunville goes in car number 15 in the 12th spot. 13th position out of Innerkip, the 84 is Mike Lichty. Tyler Palace out of Ohsweken, the 77T goes 14th. 15th is Darren Dryden from Freelton in the 12 Double D, with Aaron Turkey out of Ohsweken, the 68 going 16th. 17th will be the 0C of Cole McDonald from Caledonia. 18th, Tyler Ward, the 29W out of Beachville. And Ashton Van Every out of Ohsweken. And the 77E starts in the 19th spot. Tonight's Bradshaw Brothers ones to watch. First up, starting in the 8th spot in the car number 5, DJ Christie's had the hot hand as of late, been very strong. We'll keep an eye on him. He's had some extra laps tonight in the 2-seater. He'll start from the 8th spot, and right behind him, Glenn Stiers doing double duty tonight. The Ohsweken Flyer is back to being the Ohsweken Flyer in the 360 sprints. Had another solid performance last week. We'll keep our eye on him along with teammate DJ Christie. Those are your Bradshaw Brothers ones to watch. Mobile One white flag being displayed. Next time around, we'll go green flag racing for the Southern Ontario Sprints and the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack merchandising sprint cars. And again, racing tonight in memory of Gary Evans. And Adam Gary is someone that had a part in a lot of different forms of motorsports and a big part of the Southern Ontario Sprints when they began.
And he was such a character. I miss Gary so much. You'd see him after the races all the time, a glass of whiskey in his hand, always had a whiskey in his hand.
Ready to go, double greens in the hand of Carter Long. Green flag to the WG Truck Center start zone.
Dylan Westbrook leads them into turn 1, but Skylar Evans with a great move on the exit at 2 to take over the top spot.
Josh Hansen riding in that third position. A couple of wins here in the last month in that 88H machine, including the Bounty win. And he's riding right there, fighting alongside Corey Turner in the 39.
Trouble down in turn number 1. A number of cars slowed down, come to a stop. Mike Lichty in the 84, Jamie Turner, Tyler Ward, Cole McDonald.
Mike Lichty hit the wall, guys, and he was limping down the front stretch into 1, and everybody else just became a part of it.
Moving around in the car there, race med on the scene. Jamie Turner involved, Cole McDonald, Tyler Ward. Some damage on the left front of Tyler Ward's machine.
The big problem here for Mike Lichty is this left front is folded right back, guys, so he's definitely done here out of this one. And you can see he's got big problems here. And the 84, Mike Lichty got in an issue there, and I'm not sure if it broke that side early on. What happened, guys? I don't know if you got a replay up there.
No, we
no
don't.
Replay. Jamie Turner's car looks all right, guys. The 11 car looks good. I don't see any issues with him. Cole McDonald looks good as well. He's got a front wing askew on this one. And then the Tyler Ward car, it looks like he's kind of got a little bit less of an issue than Mike Lichty, but the left front of the axle pushed back outside of the torsion, and they've got issues for him. Yeah, the Cole McDonald car, if you see the front of the Cole McDonald car, guys, he's just got the front crasher pushed in over here, so that's the problem for McDonald and the wing. So he will continue to go here. We'll see if he's going to go. It looks all right. Back here, the Tyler Ward car, same problem as Lance Erskine had. He broke these left side radius rods, and this torsion spring is supposed to be up here on top of the axle. It has pushed it back and broken it here, so that's the problem here for Tyler Ward in the 29W. He'll be done. So Turner and McDonald should be able to continue. Lichty and Ward will not, guys.
Thanks, Clint. Good look down there trackside at all the damage, and that's part of the fun of the broadcast, isn't it? We get to see right away what the damage is, kind of assess things, who we think's going back out on the track, who's not. You don't get to see that in every form of motorsports, that up close look right on the track.
Here's another up close look. Cole McDonald thought he was done. He popped the belts off. They told him, no, you just got some stuff banged up in the front, but you should be able to get it going. So Cole McDonald getting strapped back in here and getting himself in a good position. And you see that ratchet belt. That's a little ratchet there that ratchets the belt right down tight. In the past, you need a crew guy to pull that down. They can ratchet that up by themselves. And you see Cole now working on the shoulder harnesses to pull them down tight and get him in a good spot to be pushed off. Once he gives us the okay, puts the wheel back on, and we should be go. He gives us a thumbs up, and we're good to push.
Needs the car rocked a little bit to get it into gear.
Pushed away by the Kenny U-Pull push truck team.
It's funny. I mean, as a driver, you can't see your I wish I knew more. I wish I'd sat more in a sprint car, but your visibility is very limited beyond the hood of a sprint car. You don't sit high enough in the car to see. You think, well, it's open wheels, you can see it all. No, you sit low in the car and it's too far away. Your view of that is obstructed.
So they've had to pull the Lichty car off the wall first here before they can get it strapped up properly. Mike sits patiently in the car and none too pleased, as you can imagine. And look at all that damage. They have folded that left side of the front end suspension right back here. Tough break for Mike. He's been running decent, but this is a rough finish to his evening.
The car always looks beautiful when it shows up to the racetrack. An unfortunate end to his night as he's trying to get that front end picked up. Should be able to get it hauled back to the pits now.
So again, next Friday night, 360 sprints are back on the card. Crate sprints have the night off. Thunderstocks and mini stocks will both be here. And it's the open late model mini series event. Now that mini series does have one race in the book. It took place down at Brighton Speedway back in July, but the other one, one of the other ones was here at Ohsweken during the Outlaw, a two-day event that was shortened down to one on the Tuesday night, so those late model drivers will be back next Friday night. Used to be, we'd have late model shows and they would have a hard time getting a hold of this track. There'd be a lot of cautions, and in the last few years, they've been great races for the late model division.
Yeah, they've figured it out.
And don't be surprised if we have a track like we have tonight that a crate can still get it done with the opens. We've seen that happen in the past year too.
We have specifically scheduled them last to give that opportunity, Greg.
Perfect. Here we go, one lap in the books, 24 to go. Skylar Evans, Dylan Westbrook, back to the green.
Evans leads them down into one, slides across the track, up into the path of Dylan Westbrook. Now Westbrook going to drive to the inside, down into 3 and 4.
Dylan Westbrook's been a while since he's been to victory lane. Hard to say that, but it's true, and he is looking for another one on Skylar Evans, who has a win here in the last couple of weeks.
So Evans won here not too long ago, and he had a few moments in that race where it looked like he might give it away. Now, he's got Dylan Westbrook running second, hot on his heels, but he's opened up some daylight between himself and the winningest driver in the history of this track.
Things were looking okay last week for Skylar Evans before the left front broke on his machine heading through corner number 4, and he headed right into the wall and abruptly ended his night. He's right back out in front, though, showing lots of speed, pulling away from Westbrook. And then last week's winner's right there in the 3rd spot. Dixieland Grill caution flag back out. Troubles for Kyle Phillips. I don't know, did he hit the wall? Or just maybe popped out of gear?
No, he slammed that turn 2 wall a ton and had to shorten that thing up a little bit. They're looking under the rear end already, and they're already calling for a pickup from the rear. And oh boy, drive shaft out the back end. And whoa, there it comes. There's a hot drive shaft over the end up for us, guys. So he has hit it so bad that it has broken the rear end out of the car and pulled the drive shaft out of it. Now, before the chip wagon gets in here, look at this, guys. They broke that torsion arm right off here. So he hit it so hard on the right side that it smashed all of these aluminum, or actually should say titanium parts here. And we're going to get the tow truck in here to back them up. But just wanted to show you that, guys. And if you look at Jack, go around to the other side and let's look at the right rear, and you'll see how far it's pushed into the frame. And there you see, guys, they have shoved this tire right into the side. There should be about a foot gap right here, and they pushed that whole rear end over when he slammed the wall.
Well, busy week. It's going to turn into another busy week.
Well, they didn't destroy the chassis this time, just the rear end, but still not a good couple of weeks here for the youngster Kyle Phillips. And there you see it when there, guys, the whole rear end just dropped out of the car when they picked it up. Jack, come around to this side again if you can. Here's the other side of that bar, guys. The torsion bar busted right off there, both sides destroyed up. And look at how much action he hit. The shock actually hit the wall, or the tire at least bounced up into it.
Man, this is not the way our sprint car races have been going as of late.
Adam, you make a mention of our 15-year-old leader, Skylar Evans. He won 2 weeks ago. As you mentioned, hit the wall in a hard wreck last week when the front end broke. So can he go win, crash, win? Would be still a pretty good 3 weeks, I would have to say.
I would think so.
And if he can beat his teammate Westbrook here, that would be a huge win.
I'd like to see Westbrook win so he doesn't end up on Jerry Springer.
That's got to be coming, right?
Who would have thought
we'd Ricky Lake?
We'd get to a point where it's like, poor Dylan Westbrook.
Ricky Lake. I was going to say Phil Donahue.
But now you're really showing your age. That's still with Jenny Jones. Wasn't that something back in the day too?
Yeah. All the good shows. Sally, Jesse, Raphael. Boy, time to go back to racing.
I think we should. The loser bus is waiting for us out front.
Back to the green flag. 5 complete, 20 to go. Westbrook's got it wound up this time. He'll dive down to the inside in 3, cuts up in front of Evans. Evans going to do the crossover at the line. Evans will lead the lap.
Evans was ready for it, crossed him over. Now Dylan going to be able to try it again in 1 and 2, but Evans is too fast off that second turn.
Off of corner 4, he'll come and lead another lap. Corey Turner has worked his way up into a podium position right now. Josh Hansen's got company. It's DJ Christie, one of our Bradshaw brothers ones to watch. Started back in 8th. He's working right now on the 4th spot.
Nick Sheridan right there as well. So a great battle behind them. Eric Gladhill, he's had all sorts of speed as of late.
Eric Gledhill's been right there knocking on the door. Wouldn't be surprised to see him in victory lane before too long in that 7 machine. Working all over the tail tank of Nick Sheridan. He gets a spot on him at the line.
Josh Hansen trying to close in to do battle with Corey Turner. Gets a little squirrely off the second turn. That opens the door to DJ Christie. So lots of comers and goers here in this one.
DJ trying to work his way towards a podium finish. At the front, meanwhile, it's Skylar Evans, but that lead is maybe evaporating just a little bit.
Dylan Westbrook stalking his prey. Not even halfway through this one just yet. 14 laps to go, 11 laps down.
See this time by as they cross the line what the difference is. It was 8.849. Now he gains ground that time to Skylar Evans, 9.80.
Westbrook's moving around a little bit out there on the track.
Halfway home for Carter Long atop the starter stand. Some traffic right in front of the leaders.
This gives advantage to Dylan Westbrook. He can see what Skylar Evans chooses to do and then make his decision from there as they close in on Cole McDonald and Jamie Turner.
My goodness, there's red lights flashing everywhere on the racetrack.
I
right
know,
now.
it's not good.
The drivers, hopefully they're not seeing these lights.
The fire department's here as guests.
Oh, right, yep. Skylar Evans still holding it down. Work to the outside of it. Oh, Jamie Turner. Right up to the wall.
Either Evans made contact with Turner or made contact with the wall as Dylan Westbrook now closing in. It's 9 laps to go this time. The scoreboard a little bit behind.
It was a half a second. He had whittled that lead down a little bit. We'll see if he gains any. Loses ground that time.
Skylar Evans, though, closing in now on Alex Hill. Hill going to slide up in front. Dylan Westbrook's got a head of steam up on the high side.
7 laps left to go in this one. Evans, Westbrook, DJ Christie. One of our Bradshaw brothers wants to watch. He's made his moves up to a 3rd spot now.
Skylar Evans just doing an amazing job working through traffic. When he won his race there recently, we talked about a few mistakes in that race that really could have cost him. He hasn't made any of those mistakes just yet.
Yeah, and when you've got the guy that doesn't make mistakes behind you, you can't make them now. Here comes Westbrook. He's going to slide up alongside. Evans will inch ahead down into 3 now. Westbrook's going to slide up in front. Can Evans do the crossover? He'll grab down to the inside at the line. Wow, Evans still your leader.
By virtually no margin, though. It was a dead heat at the line.
Westbrook back in front. Here comes Evans back down the hill. Slide job, crossover. Evans your leader once again. 3 to go.
Skylar Evans out in front, starting to pull away now from Westbrook. Here comes DJ Christie, but does he have time?
2 laps left to go for Skylar Evans. DJ Christie can see them. They're right behind Glenn Stiers. Both drivers have moved down a couple of lanes.
Evans going to approach Stiers. He'll see the Mobile 1 white flag this time on a turn number 4, running right around the bottom. DJ Christie still keeping it wound up on the high side.
Down the backstretch, they will go. Evans to the inside of Glenn Stiers. Dylan Westbrook right there going on the high side. Here comes Christie making a charge on him. In 3 weeks, 2 wins for the 15-year-old. Skylar Evans will go to Slack Lumber victory lane over Dylan Westbrook and DJ Christie. Josh Hansen 4th, Corey Turner 5th, and it's Nick Sheridan, Eric Gledhill, Darren Dryden, Aaron Turkey, and Ryan Turner. Your top 10 make it 2 now for the youngster. Skylar Evans going right back to Slack Lumber victory lane.
So Skylar Evans would have been about 8 years old or so when Gary Evans passed away. They're too young to really remember how much fun he was to be around at the racetrack, as What a show. What a drive.
Lone Wolf Fireworks are going to light it up. Second win in 3 weeks for this youngster. It's win or in the wall. It's been the last 3 weeks for Skylar Evans. Lone Wolf Fireworks lighting it up. Let's send it down to Clinton Jeffrey and Slack Lumber, Victory Lane.
Thanks a lot, guys. He's got a young crew down here to welcome him into Slack Lumber, Victory Lane. 2 wins in 3 weeks. A kiss with the wall last Friday, and Skylar gets it done once again. DJ Christie and Dylan Westbrook here on the pad as well. Well, about it, folks. Skylar, get up and shake their hand, or get over here and talk to us, one or the other. He'll get the gears. Sean, his dad, in for him now. He'll get ready. He'll get the Hoosier hat. He'll get the epic flag, and he'll climb up top to greet you fans. How about it? He's only 15 years old, and he does it. Skylar Evans gets his second win in 3 weeks here. And we'll get him down to talk to us here. Beats teammate and the winningest driver here, Dylan Westbrook. DJ Christie having a great season as well. Sponsors in to give him a bit of a congratulations. Skylar, what a run here. We were talking about it during the drive. A win, a crash, a win. If you keep going, are you happy on that trajectory?
Oh, yeah, I'm happy. I mean, the crash we could stop a little bit. That was just unfortunate. But it just, I can't imagine. I could never imagine I would have been back up here so soon. This is great.
You got a backpack full of confidence. Does that help you here tonight?
It does. Just knowing I can be up here with everybody just really helps.
What a drive. You got sponsors here, a huge crew. Congrats.
Thanks. I got lots of sponsors. We had to rebuild our full car this week. The frame didn't make it, so I have to thank Instapanels, Tate's Automotive, Miles Hill, Tallow Twins, Andrea Baristavanko, Watermarks Boards, Dice Tree Service, Nathan Ackland, and I think that's it, actually. Oh, and Will Trade.
Skylar, what grade are you going into in a couple weeks?
I'm going into grade 11.
All right, how about it? Grade 11, guys. He's going to try and take a big win. Well, DJ, if you got to get beat, your young teammate getting his stuff together, probably the most acceptable version of this conclusion, no?
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be happy for him. He's really running really good now, and yeah, to race like that was a lot of fun. Throwing slide jobs and everything. He's definitely good.
You tested him a few times. Congrats, D.
Thank you.
Dylan Westbrook will be second, and we'll get over here with our third place guys. Sorry, Jack, I stopped there on you. DJ Christie. DJ, solid drive here again. I mean, you're at it. You're chipping away at it. You're close to these wins again. You got to feel good.
Yeah, we were definitely the fastest car at the end there. We were reeling in the leaders pretty quick. A few more laps, we might have had something for them, but it's really exciting going into the Nationals because we got our stuff figured out right now, and hopefully we can bring home those Northern National win.
Right on. DJ Christie will be third here tonight. We get a look at the Gary Evans Memorial check being given to Skylar Evans. $2,169 here tonight. Make some noise for our 15-year-old feature winner once again. Dylan Westbrook second, DJ Christie third. We'll be right back live here on G-Force TV. One feature event to come.
What in the actual Our company is going bankrupt because of this deal. Buy a Total Wash Cannon Kit and get 3 extra bottles for free. Oh man, this stuff just sprays on, melts the mud, and rinses off with no need to scrub. We even tested it against one of the most popular cleaners out there, and this is what happened. They didn't stand a chance. You know, sooner or later, we're going to have to take this deal down. So if you're on the fence, you're going to want to grab this deal now at the QR code below.
For over 30 years, WG Truck Center
has been a place where pride lives in the details. Every weld, every repair, every build. And it's our people that make it matter. The ones who take ownership, who work as a team, and who see the future in every truck that rolls out. It's not just a place to work, it's a place to grow while you build something that lasts. WG Truck Center, built by people who care.
It all started for us at the racetrack, from dirt to water. We have continued to keep the adrenaline and drive to make sure that we are always in the forefront. We are driven to give our customers the absolute best in service, products, and memories with your family. No matter what your passion is, whether it's on the water, in the dirt, on the snow, or on the road, we will always be here welcoming you over and over again through the doors here at Lockhart's. You're not just a customer here, you are part of our team.
Exciting news. Our Drive to Attract Talent campaign is revving up. We're tapping into the passion of auto enthusiasts to build a powerhouse team of forklift technicians. If you're into turning wrenches, solving challenges, and optimizing machinery, this is for you. Join us in bridging the gap between the auto and material handling worlds.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work, we build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Welcome back to Ohsweken Speedway, Ontario AGRA Piping and Supplies, and Stirling Lubricants night. Race of Champions Sportsman Shootout, 30 laps of distance. Final race of the night. Adam Ross with the starting lineup.
Here's how they're going to roll off. On the pole from St. Catharines, the 7 is Cody McPherson. To his outside from Fort Erie, it's Brad Rouse in the 18R. Starting third from St. Catharines, James Friese did the 72. Fourth, out of Niagara Falls, Nigel Pentecoski in the 78 Junior. Row number 3 is a couple of juniors from Port Colborne, Mateo Penante in the 99P Junior. Alongside him, it's Madison Rouse from Fort Erie in the 18R Junior. 7th from Middleport, New York, the 61 is Derek Wagner. 8th from Waynefleet, the 4B is Brad Overbeek. 9th from Ransomville, New York, the 111 is Brett Senek. 10th from Welland, 14 Double D, Dustin Duga. 11th from Chippewa, it's Terry Smith in the 22. 12th from Mount Morris, New York, Tyler Gazzardi in the 7G. 13th from St. Catharines is Curtis Friesen in the 68. 14th also from St. Catharines, it's Jay Mallory in the X. 15th from Ohsweken, the 0 is Glenn Stiers. 16th from St. Catharines, the 29 is Matthew Jessup. 17th from Port Colborne, the 185 is Tyler Pachalski. 18th, Jordan Moden from Medina, New York in the 28. 19th from Ridgeway, Noah Mamo in the 3N. The 24W from Fort Erie is Doug Walsh. 114 from Welland is Kyle Rothwell. The 108 from Port Robinson is Bill Bleach. 78X is Shane Pierce from St. Catharines. The 98 is Justin Sharp. 11 is Dan Ferguson, and the 13M is Daniel McKay.
Double green flags in the air. They are off and going. 30 laps the distance here in the Stirling Lubricant Sportsman Shootout. Two of the best at the front to start things off. Cody McPherson and Brad Rouse. Rouse on the high side. He'll lead lap 1.
Good clean opening lap for the field of cars out here. 26 strong. Rouse leads the way. McPherson settles into that second spot. Pentecoski runs third.
Lap number 2 is going to be Brad Rouse over Cody McPherson. Pentecoski there in the third spot. Then you've got some shuffling going on from there on back. Friesen and Penante. Good 3-car battle behind that with Senek.
Great battle deep in the field from about 15th on back. They're 2 wide, 3 wide. Everybody fighting for every inch of real estate they can find. Dan Ferguson in that number 11 machine right behind Shane Pierce in the 78. Watching for him to make moves. He is normally a factor right up at the front of these races.
He started in the back row. He's already made some ground here early on. He noted earlier on in the evening that he lost his primary motor last week, assuming that was down at Brockville.
This one still seems to remember how it goes. Ferguson right around the bottom of the racetrack. At the front, Brad Rouse leads Cody McPherson by about 6 car lengths.
James Michael Freese and Matteo Panunte having a good battle. Here's Tyler Pacholski along with Jay Mallory going side by side. Jordan Moden. It's all Brad Rouse over Cody McPherson.
Doug Walsh at the back of this one in the 24 is kind of straggling about half a straightaway behind the back of the pack, so the leader's only a couple of laps away from approaching that race car. Daniel McKay in the 13M pulls off into the pits. He's going to call it a night a little early.
Leader's already seeing the back of the pack as Rouse catches the back end of the 24 machine. Doug Walsh. And then a bit of a gap.
Yeah, Walsh had fallen off the back of the field. I didn't see why, but Rouse will get to the inside of him and see that he's got about a straightaway before he gets into some heavier traffic up ahead.
Walsh with troubles right in front of Pentecoski. Now slow midway down the backstretch. And finally the Dixieland Grill caution flag will come out for Walsh. So 10 on the board, 20 to go.
Wasn't sure if Walsh was going to make that hard right turn off the end of turn number 3, because something definitely a miss on that race car, but he hustles it down the front straightaway. Going to head towards the pits the old-fashioned way.
Well, guys, one big reminder once again about GSR Gas Bar grand opening tomorrow. 99-cent gas from 11 to 5 p.m. here in Ohsweken. 3436 third line. Once again, 11 to 5 tomorrow. The brand new GSR Gas Bar grand opening. 30,000 in prizes. Spend 20. Get a shot at the wheel to win one of the amazing prizes. And once again, 99-cent gas, guys.
Thanks, Clint. Got a nice perch down there on his Lockhart's Odyssey machine.
I do have one of the best views in the house up here. When we get up here, I can set up a little office. I can set my phone up on the roof. Little standing desk here. Got to thank these beautiful buggies. Obviously, these K&M Defenders do a great job for us and help us have a great night at the races and help us get the work done, guys.
I thought you were going to tell me he was up in the Duke Electric camera perch.
I could go there. It's a couple yards away.
Because that's your favorite camera, isn't it, Greg?
Yeah, I love that shot as they come down the back stretch at speed from that Duke Electric.
Want to send a quick shout out to Steve Stirling for all his support. He was a driving force to get this big payout going, put a lot of cash up. So Stirling Lubricants bringing us the Stirling Sportsman Shootout, and we're green again.
Back they go through the W2 Truck Center restart zone and down into corner number 1, McPherson. Looking to the inside of Rouse. Rouse bobbled just a little bit in corner number 1. Now we've got one around. It's Moden in the 28 machine, I believe.
That's going to force a yellow flag here.
Sorry, no, that's Matthew Jessam in the 29. Dixieland Grill caution flag back out. I could use some Dixieland Grill. I've never been there yet. I've got to get out. Keep meaning to. Maybe this off season I'll get out there, but
Adam's invited you for dinner there.
Well, I'm out then.
I'll take it for dinner.
Okay. You know what? Of all things, you should. Like, if I recommend something for dinner, I would take my word on that.
Just a quick bit of housekeeping here, guys. We will go back to a single file restart. It's a double file unless we cannot get back to green without incident, at which point it'll be single file. So that's why we'll go single file here.
Brad Rouse leading the way Runs small blocks Saturday nights at Merrittville Speedway.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that. How are these modified guys who normally are not allowed? Well, those guys run dirt motorsports mainly, and this is a race of champions race. So they don't have those stipulations between modified and sportsman drivers. So that lets a Brad Rouse, James Michael Friesen, a Justin Sharp, a Shane Pierce all play in this field here tonight. Want to welcome Don Spees here, owner of Merrittville Speedway here tonight. I saw Bob St. Amand Jr. here, so a lot of the Merrittville folks are in town tonight. Great to have them come down and see what we've got to offer here.
Well, how long has it been since Bob St. Amand was race director here, Clint?
25 or 28 years probably. He was here, his first visit back, he came to the Outlaw Show and could not believe what he saw here a couple months ago, so great to have them back.
Carter Long, green flag in hand, ready to bring them through the WG Truck Center restart zone. Down the hill from corner 3, right along the blocks. We're back into green.
Nigel Panakoski has a look to the inside of Cody McPherson going into 1. McPherson able to power around the high side. But neither of them able to challenge yet Brad Rouse for the lead.
Mateo Pedante having a good night here tonight, riding up there inside the top 5. He's been able to hold off James Michael Friesen so far, trying to track down Nigel Pentakoski there in that 99P.
Rouse unable to keep that 18 car on the bottom. That's opening the door for Cody McPherson. McPherson going to point the car down to the bottom side. You see that right from the center of the corner off. The car seems to push up the racetrack just a little bit.
Rouse continuing to lead. McPherson, Pentakoski, 1, 2, and 3. Little gap back to Penante, who's got 3 cars on his rear nerf bar there. You've got the 72 of James Michael Friesen, Derek Wagner in the 61, and Brett Senek in the 111.
Lots of racing room for all of them right now. Out in front, it continues to be Brad Rouse. Bit of an unorthodox line, but it's working for him, Greg.
That's the thing with Ohsweken, a little bit different of a track for the dirt sportsman compared to some of the bull rings they get to race on, where you got to gouge and root your way out. Here at Ohsweken, you can play around with different lines and maybe find something that's totally far away from your competitor to make the pass.
No, you're absolutely right. Rouse and McPherson side by side. Cody Mack inching up the inside of the 18R of Brad Rouse. They'll race off of turn number 4 into the second half of this one. 16 laps in, 14 laps to go as Nigel Panakoski closing in on our race leaders.
Yeah, I think he's enjoying watching these two go at it. Use each other up, and he's ready there to pounce, keeping pace with the top 2. Meanwhile, Mateo Penante under fire. Derek Wagner slips by him.
They're closing in also on some slower traffic. A couple of slower cars racing side by side, not too far ahead of the leaders. As Brad Rouse tries to pinch Cody down to the inside in 3 and 4.
Yeah, leaders are approaching. Dustin Duga in the 14 double D and the 24W of Doug Walsh. So we'll see what these 3 drivers do. These 2 that are right in front, and they are taking up the middle part of the track.
Rouse going to be the first one to close in. Duga in that white number 14. Running higher on the racetrack than Walsh. Rouse allows his car to slide up. Here comes Cody McPherson to the inside.
Rouse trying to get by the inside of Walsh. Carter Long shows him the blue and yellow flag. Let him know the leaders are right there. Pentakoski's caught McPherson. 3-car breakaway at the front. Wagner's holding down 4th, and now James Michael Friesen will slip by Mateo Penante.
Rouse off of turn 4. McPherson running just a little bit lower line on the racetrack, keeping pace with the race leader. So is Pentakoski. The top 3 nose to tail racing down the backstretch.
3-car fight. Derek Wagner trying to get by Doug Walsh. I don't know if there was contact there in 3, but he's the 4th place driver. James Michael Friesen now trying to work to the outside of the 24, says excuse me.
That got snug. It'll be 7 laps to go this time at the line. Laps winding down as Walsh off the pace once again. That's going to draw a yellow.
Well, the Dixieland Girl caution flag comes out another time. I don't know if that'll be it for Walsh.
He was just told to take it to the pits, so we'll see what happens here.
Things were just about to get interesting there, too, because the top three had broken away. They were nose to tail.
Now we'll get a restart with 8 laps to go. I believe they'll be back to double file restarts. I'm not sure what the rules are with the last 10 laps of the race.
Derek Wagner's going to have some ground made up here by this caution flag. He was moving forward. Gotten by Matteo Panante up into the 4th position. So now he'll have a shot at these top 3.
And these drivers will do what they have to do to win a race, but let's not forget it's $3,000 to win.
Yeah. Big payout for Sportsman.
It's a great payday.
We talked about Dan Ferguson. The top of this one started back in 25th. He's worked his way to 13th.
Halfway through the field, but he's going to have to pick up the pace here with just 8 laps left. Double file restart. Brad Rouse going to launch first on the outside. But there are some fast cars up near the front.
Back to the green. Rouse on that outside line. Edges ahead of Cody McPherson.
McPherson really sticks it to the inside, down on the entry of turn 1. Wagner gets around, pick up the 3rd spot.
Rouse continuing to lead. 7 laps left to settle this one. McPherson. The door keeps being open, but there's nothing for him. The front of that car just doesn't want to turn, it seems, off the corner.
No, but he's figured out the line he needs to run. He's been running that line the whole race, and now, more than ever since the start, it looks like Cody McPherson, there's no bite on the inside of turn 2 as Curtis Friesen is slow on the front stretch, and that Gibby's number 68, that's going to bring out another yellow.
We'll stack him back up now with 6 laps left to go.
I don't think Curtis Friesen's very happy. Nope, he's got a steering wheel. He's going to throw it. No, he's not. It was his emotional support steering wheel. So you've got to have it.
Funny story, well, not really a funny story. If you're Curtis Friesen, Adam, remember this, probably 20 years ago or more, we had a dirt sportsman race here. Curtis led the race, won the race, and dirt had a funky roof angle rule. The only guy who's ever been pitched out for was Curtis. Hasn't been able to get it back, still trying to go at it. You look great, Kurt, man. Who are you mad at?
I'm not quite too sure right now. I kind of have an idea, but I don't want to jump to conclusions. I'm just happy to come out to Ohsweken a couple times. They have us a year. This Gibby's Mobile was rocking and rolling pretty good. Joe Bonifero and the whole crew at Joe's Transmission had her tuned up quite nice. And, we'll try again next time. But
tough break. You better catch your ride. How about for Curtis Friesen? He's all right. The car's not, though. And like I said, picked up a checkered flag here years ago and got it taken away to none of his own doing, and still a bit of a classy interview there from Curtis.
Yeah, he got turned hard into the front stretch wall. I don't know who clipped him either, but it looked like he was running fairly low on the track, so that's a long way to get hooked.
Well, he was pointing at the 4, and the 4 kind of looked like he's the one that came out of the pile there because he was wobbly down to the low side. Maybe.
Let's have another look at that truck, because Shane Pierce was the one who wound up right behind him, but he might have come across the nose of Pierce. Yeah, I think you're right.
Spencer, could you clip that? That him saying I was right. No, I mean, it's hard to tell for sure from that angle, but Curtis, I think that's who he was waving his steering wheel at, and then from that video it looked as though maybe he was part of that, but hard to say what even caused it in the first place. Oh. No. Well, now we got to kind of back that. Can we back that up at all?
Why didn't you give us that view in the first place? Where were you hiding that one?
I want to see that one again.
So direct your attention to the Creekside Construction screen while the truck gives us what we wanted.
But it looked like he was already turned to the wall and the 4 just got into him because there was nowhere to go. Am I wrong?
No, it's hard. They keep sneaking up on us with that replay.
Maybe there's a third one.
I think they're toying
from the
with
grassy knoll.
Right? We know what you're up to down there.
Spencer, roll the Zapruder film. Oh, we're still under the cut. We're looking for this other angle.
Slow down that replay.
Like, stop it.
Trying to get going here, guys. The tow truck has to take that 68 car slow back. He has a left rear flat as well. So 2 flat tires. They didn't want to mess up. It might have been a right side, but either were 2 flat tires, 1 on the rear. We got it cleared. White flag is out. We're ready to go. 6 remain.
Mobile 1 Duvet is out. Oh. See, the normal flags are like a pillowcase. That one? That one will keep you warm all winter long.
That's a weighted anxiety blanket.
Carter's a black belt. Am I wrong? I believe he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu or karate.
I don't care what he is. His right arm's got to be so strong he can knock us both out with one punch.
He should be able to handle it. Back to the green flag. Brad Rouse has led this thing since the beginning. Cody McPherson's trying everything he can. And Nigel Pentecoski's been sitting right there watching.
Down through 3 and 4. Rouse wrestling that 18R car, but keeping it at the front of the field. Cody McPherson, though, there's nobody better in a dirt sportsman than Cody McPherson, as he noses out in front down the backstretch.
Off of corner 4 they come. This time by it'll be 4 laps left to go. McPherson right to the wall, shuts the door on Rouse. Rouse down low in corner number 1. Here comes Pentecoski now on the 18.
Now McPherson's running that line that Brad Rouse was running where the nose comes up. Pentecoski going to drive to the inside of Rouse, sticking that 78 on the bottom. He'll get around for the second spot.
How about this change of things up in the top 3? Pentecoski to second that time by. McPherson, your leader. And now Derek Wagner's going to take a shot at Rouse.
2 laps to go this time. Cody McPherson brings him off at turn number 4. 2 more trips around.
Pentecoski in second. The battle now is for the 3rd spot, the final spot on the podium. Rouse skates it up high. Wagner, though, not able to get any launch off the second corner.
Cody McPherson, Mobile 1, white flag in the air. McPherson by 6 car lengths at the line.
McPherson rode behind Rouse for a good majority of this race, but when all was said and done, he's right back out in front. Checkers coming out, and the winner of the Stirling Lubricant Sportsman Shootout is Cody McPherson.
Pentecoski second, Brad Rouse, Wagner, Mateo Penante with a solid 5th place run. What a show for these Race of Champions sportsman cars and drivers. Great to see a full field of cars. Of course, this is what the main division was when the racetrack opened.
Cody McPherson picking up his 5th win in sportsman here at Ohsweken Speedway. He'll pull it down into Slack Lumber victory lane. Lone Wolf Fireworks ready to light it up. Nigel Pentecoski 2nd. Brad Rouse 3rd.
It was a hard-fought battle. I mean, Rouse, it looked to me like that car just wasn't doing what he wanted it to do, but he was able to muscle it around. But Cody McPherson just so good, so smooth.
What a fantastic crowd here tonight. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We're going to send it down right now to Slack Lumber Victory Lane with Clint and Jeffrey.
Thanks a lot, Craig. He climbs out of the lucky 7. Not too much luck needed tonight. All skill for C-Mac. Cody McPherson picks up the Sportsman Shootout here tonight. Well, Cody, let's talk about this drive. You win the first ever Stirling Sportsman Shootout here tonight. Rouse looked like he had you covered for the first 24. What came on in those last 6?
Yeah, I just kept cranking front brake into it, trying to keep it as straight as possible. And then when I'd get to him, I'd have to pinch it down, and I just couldn't carry the momentum. And, he's always wanting. It's hats off to the track crew, you, Glenn, everyone for putting this race together. It's a great race. Sorry, I'm kind of listening back here, but.
It's all right. Finish it up, Coach.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I just got to worry about my dad. Dad, step away. All right, so thanks to the track crew. Thanks to my dad, Ward, all the sponsors. Thanks to everyone.
Enjoy it, Cody. Cody will pick up the win. Nigel Pentikoski. Nigel, come on up here. What a drive for you, Nigel. Arguably 2 of the best in the business for the past decade, and you come out here and have a great run on this one. You got to feel good about that.
Yeah, it was really scary. I think on before when we were lap traffic, I felt like I was catching them because they were racing, and then that caution come out, and Wagner was able to get me. And I got lucky with that other caution, so I just did the move he did back to me, and just sneaked under Brad over there. And just an amazing. It's been a very, very up and down night, and just happy to put it in second place here.
Well, you end on the up. Congrats.
Thank you.
Nigel Pentikoski will come across in second. We get Steve Stirling out here. Steve, we'll be right back to talk to you. Brad saw the run tonight. You were in this battle all night. You had him covered for 24. What took place in the last 6?
I don't know. Car went away, I guess. Not a good enough driver, lost talent. I don't know. It's frustrating when you get past. I've been watching the Sportsman racing for 2 years now, and the last 5 laps, everyone gets passed. So I don't know. It's just the car we got. It's an old guy, so you know what? Does a hell of a job.
Awesome job. Brad Rouse will be third, Nigel Pentikoski second, and your winner here tonight, Cody McPherson, in for pictures with Steve Stirling from Stirling Lubricants. That'll do it for everybody trackside here tonight. Thanks for coming out, guys. Take us home.
Fantastic night of racing. Thanks for everyone that came out tonight. And on behalf of the Steyrs family, all of our officials and crew, and on behalf of our crew down in the truck, Clinton Jeffrey, Adam Ross, I'm Greg Kellen saying so long. We'll see you next time on G-Force TV. Copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of G-Force TV. G-Force TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.